chat. Edit. Wait, is the mic on? Oh, that shouldn't be happening. Oh, that's weird. I don't know why the mic's on. Well, now it'll sound better. It might have been being stupid there for a moment. I might have as well. Seriously, I have no idea how to mute it. I guess I'm just going to be talking during this. Oh yeah, I got to get other stuff set up still. Oh man. So FYI, I don't redeem the phone yet. Hello. I need to plug this in over there really quick so the laptop can work, so the phone can work. This is all a big mess, so just I'll explain everything in a moment. I'm just trying to get everything back to status quo here. Then we got a bunch of stuff to talk about, so I said it's just chatting at first, and then we get to decide what we're doing today. So, just your nose. Bit early today? Yeah, well, it'll make sense. Just because I got stuff I want to do. And additionally, I don't know how long I'm going to go. So we'll see. You sound sick. Yeah. I just want to make sure there's enough people in here to actually get started talking about that. So I'm not surprised I sound sick, and I didn't really have a lot of choices. All right, we're getting closer. I just want to have the phone thing back up and running, although it probably won't work immediately. I'm going to have to, you know what, how am I going to do this? What's the theme? Well, we got three possible things. They're all completely different. Entirely 100% different. It'll be a take your pick thing. I'll talk about this for a moment, why the phone thing isn't going to work immediately. So this is a new modem, not a modem, router. I'm still using the old modem, all right? And that is now handling the actual routing. So from what I've read, the T-Mobile router modem thing kind of sucks at routing, and if you don't use, excuse me, the router portion, then it actually doesn't overheat as much, and it's a little more stable. So, I'm using a new router now with it. It's just set up here because I was testing and things didn't go my way. Not with that, just me. So it's kind of still just sitting there, but it's working. And it's actually given me much better control over stuff. So like the SIP phone adapter thing previously had a dynamic IP. There's no way I could control it. Now it's going to get a static one, but I haven't set a static one yet. So that's I got to actually do that right now so that the phone works again. That's why the phone won't work at the moment. So also I missed Commander Keen. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. Okay, I think we're into this enough. So I'm hoping the network stuff is going to be stable, or more stable, I should say. All right. So missing streams. It's the pretty easy thing. I got COVID. That's what happened. So that's why the streams didn't happen last weekend, and why I still sound sick, because it just doesn't go away. So last week, Felix, thank you for the 400 bits. Last week, I filmed the video on the monitor, which the box is still just sitting right here, and then the computer thing's all set up over there. Thank you, Spice of Mud, for the 100 bits. So I filmed that video, came home, immediately started editing it, and throughout that day, that was Wednesday, I could feel myself deteriorating. Thursday, and I had really big ambitions for that video. Like, there was a lot more filmed and stuff that I was going to voice over and edit into that, especially about the magazine stuff, about the history of it. And I got almost the whole video edited except for all that. So Thursday I wake up and there ain't squat happening. Thursday I was destroyed. So that was an moment. So I did the color grading on the video to finish it up, and then trimmed out some stuff to where it would kind of mostly flow together. Commander Keen, thank you for the 500 bits. So I did that, and then it just got worse over the weekend. So yeah, that's what happened. I wasn't able to drive, so I couldn't stream no matter what. I would have had to stream from home with no camera and no mic, because you did not want to hear me not talk, because that's basically what it would have been. So yeah, that happened. I'm still recovering, as you might notice, and the thing is that I don't know how well my endurance is going to hold up here. And then there's other weird stuff, like I'm going to be powering down water while I'm doing this, because for some reason my most significant symptom is that I just lose water while I'm talking and breathing really a lot. And I wake up from sleeping right now and I just gotta guzzle like half a liter of water immediately. It's ridiculous. So yeah, that's what's going on at the moment. So Wesley, thank you for the Prime sub and for the 6th month. Yeah, so that's what happened. COVID. Wasn't expecting to get that. I know it was a thing. I lost taste during it. Like, I thought that wasn't supposed to happen anymore, or was very rare, but nope, I lost taste. Thankfully, it's almost all back, if not all back at this point. So there's that. That's nice, but man, that was a weird thing to experience. Everything just tasted brown or had no flavor. That's the best way I can describe it, is brown. So yeah. Man, I lost taste even installed Fedora, yeah. So, basically what happened is, whenever the last stream happened where I was trying to fly out of the office to get stuff done that day, no, not that, Hardly Wogan. Yeah. Your taste adventures were music. Yeah, so that was the thing. While I was sick, I was trying to see what different things tasted like. So MDF like this, no flavor. Cedar 2x4s, no flavor. I couldn't taste a soap bar. That's how bad it was. So yeah. If it's rare, at least you have some bragging rights. Yeah, yay. So, yeah. But I do mostly have the taste back now, so I'm pretty happy about that because I was really afraid it was going to be permanent based on my symptoms and what I read about stuff. So, yeah. Anywho, so the things that we have as options today. So we have 3 options, and I'm going to explain them all, and then we're going to vote on one. And I was also, so this stream just going to be you licking random things? No, I do have taste back now, and I don't want to taste random things now. So yeah, no weird taste test stream. That's not one of the 3 things. The 3 things are all real things. So, well, depending on what you normally eat, it's supposed to taste like brown, like, no, it wasn't quite like that. Like, here, I'll say this. Coffee and Lay's flaming hot potato chips tasted the same. Those 2 things should not taste the same. And they both, the thing, the 2 things I felt that really well explained it, as far as a flavor analogy, were either expired hot chocolate or wet cardboard. That's what it was like. So, yeah. Water good. Okay, so, let's go over the 3 options here. I have a preference on one of these options, but I can do one of them later. So, by later I mean tomorrow. If it's not today, that's tomorrow. So, we'll go over them all right? And option number 1 here, and I'm not going to tell you which one. It has to be done tomorrow. You'll just have to figure it out. Option number 1. Deck talk. So, I got the deck talk. So we can mess around with that today. We'll work on reverse engineering it. Commander Keen, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I really appreciate that. But yeah, I got the deck talk. So we got to figure out, like, how it works. There is really very little documentation about anything deck talk online, which I was very surprised about. So that's going to be like a thing. We have to figure out what's going on with like the weird port. Like this is, oh yeah, the lenses are backwards. I have the wrong lens on here. Look at that. That's an RJ45-ish port with the thing centered to the left instead of the actual center. So that's a thing. Then we gotta get it connected to the mixer, which is also going to require me getting a speaker connected. And I have like a way of doing all that. So, well, Spies of Fun, thank you for gifting a sub to G-Pin. Yes, I got the deck talk. And I don't know if it works or any of that stuff. They ended up... So this is the one where I don't know how much... Did I get to talk? I don't know if I got to talk about this on stream or not. But I made an offer on the deck talk card in the middle of the stream. All right, they wanted $290 for this thing. All right, or was it? No, it was $270. And I made them an offer for $220. All right. They didn't take the offer during the stream, so at the end of the stream, I just bought the $270 one outright. Well, it turns out, if there are multiple items in a listing, eBay doesn't automatically remove your offer. So after I bought it, the seller accepted the offer. And that put me on the hook for 2 of them. Well, I'd bought and paid for the full-priced one. So what they did is they waited the full period for the offer to expire on my end after they accepted it, so that I had the ding against my account for not paying for the accepted offer, and then they shipped this one. Now, it would make sense for them to wait to, like, have me pay for the other one and then ship them both together, but it should have been pretty obvious I was not going to buy 2. And I'd actually requested a cancellation of this one about 10 minutes after I'd placed the order, and then they waited the full duration of time for the other offer to expire, and then they marked this one as not being able to be canceled because there wasn't enough time. So, yeah, they were playing games. I'm very unhappy with them as a seller, but I've got it. So I can't complain too much. Yeah, it was bad seller. Very bad seller. So I don't recommend you go buy one, even if it works and is awesome. Just saying. Also, I think it's really, really overpriced. Should not be $300 for what is a completely ruined product. Because this should have a plastic enclosure and a battery and a speaker. Instead, it's just the board. So, yeah. But that's what that option is. So, taking a look at that. Option number 2 is back here. That is an HP DL580 G7. That is a big, bad mamma jamma server. That thing has 4 Xeon X7560s in it with 8 cores each, and then hyper-threading, if I remember right. So 16 logical threads each, so 64 threads, and 128 gigs of RAM. Helicroft, thank you. Hold on. What is 6-month gift subscription courtesy? All right. Well, Helicroft, thank you for the sub. I think that one's really confusing. I'm not sure what's going on there, but thank you. I really appreciate it. The continued support. Lazy Crypt, thank you for the Prime sub. So, that server, stupid COVID. That server is going to be in the office. The other thing you didn't see is below it, behind that box, I guess, is, oh, actually, that angle's pretty good too, right there. Under that server is a Scalar i500 LTO library, and those are LTO tape drives. There are 2 3s, a 4, and a 5. I have tapes for them. So, option number 2 is try to get an operating system installed on that thing, because I'm having strange difficulties with that. And then see if we can get it working with the tape library. So that's option number 2. So what are you going to serve on the server? Nothing. It's going to be secondary store backup for my video stuff. So the idea is going to be a sneaker net from home, something that like an SSD or maybe a tape, and then it'll go to that server, and then it'll go onto LTO in a tape library, and all that stuff. So that's the plan, is that it can be a secondary off-site location for video storage, because I keep everything at home, and so I have one location. I have redundant drive arrays in there, but that's not a backup. That's just protection in case one of the hard drives dies. So I need a secondary location to actually have everything backed up, and that's the plan. That thing is going to be able to have storage on there through the LTO drives. Now, I am going to have mentioned that I wanted to have like local storage for stuff, for like accessing the files and things like that. I might actually use it for that too. Even though I put the hard drives in the Xserve, I might have them be accessible through that now instead. And I have some possible ways of doing that. That thing's kind of crazy, and it only has 2.5-inch drive bays, so I can't put like the big hard drives in there. So that's an option. But just getting an operating system installed. Yeah, it seems like it should be easy, but for some reason I haven't been able to do it. So we're gonna have to like poke around with that, and I'm not even sure how I'm gonna like film it. But that's an option. So the options are deck talk, server upgrade, and tape drive. And then the third option is, you know how you guys really, really love when you see behind in the office is like a total mess, because, I mean, it's always a total mess. Option number 3 is I bought $300 worth of really nice metal shelves, and we put those up and actually clean the office. So that's option number 3. Option number 3 is go into actually that room over there and work on building the shelves and cleaning and organizing. And I can easily get cameras into there. That won't be too big of an issue. This arm camera will kind of be a thing. Yeah. Hard work. Maybe hard work isn't that good right now. The thing is I'm really not like having that much of a difficult time breathing. I brought the shelves up into the office today. I did have to take a little bit of a break, but it wasn't that bad. So, see, I don't know what we're discussing, but I'm always up for cleaning and sorting things. So, we're doing a poll, I guess. Helicroft's got the poll up now. How long has that got? I can't see on my end for right now, I think. Yeah, so those are the three things. If you clean, we can all play our favorite game, Distract Shelby, by mentioning equipment he's totally not collecting. Yeah, 5 minutes, that's perfect. Okay, so yeah, those are our 3 things. Mess with servers, do deck talk, shelving. So those are our options. And the sick part, really not a problem for the shelves. I sound worse than I think I am, because it won't stop. But yeah, I can't actually work here. So that's the plan. Oh yeah, telephone. So I gotta fix the thing here. So how am I gonna do this? I think I need the Nmap to find the SIP adapter. Looks like it's plugged in, I think. Is it? I can't tell. The lights aren't on, so no. Alright. There were 2 things. Are both of them needed? Why is that one inverted? Oh, that one was for the Panasonic phone. Okay. This has not been like fully well set up yet, so with the phone stuff, like I still have the phone server running on my laptop. Although I will say now, if we do the phone, if we do the shelf building, I'm probably gonna have to disable the phone because I won't be able to answer it. So, server winning 3-1. Wow, you guys really like server stuff, I guess. Can we use the Princess phone today? I mean, I think we could. I don't see a reason not to. See, Deck Talk is interesting, but big honking server is big honking server like, yeah. See, and place the carpet. If you keep over, you won't fall too hard. Yeah. So it's seeming like you guys want some server reaction going on. Like I said, I am mostly indifferent. All 3 are interesting to me, but after today, there will be a set order. It's just today it was somewhat flexible. All right, let me, while that poll's going, figure this out. Shelf building is hard physical work, and you're still a bit sick. Yeah, but the thing is I've felt this sick, I want to say, for like 4 days now. And it doesn't seem to be changing at all. So I think I'm just going to be this sick for a while. So, yeah, because I came into the office yesterday, and I started working on the server. That's why it's set up. It's on right now. So we're going to go over and just kind of continue with where it's at the moment. And I feel identical today as I did yesterday. So, see, I'm voting for non-Apple, non-Power PC, G-number, high Unix computer. All right, let's do the old Nmap. Nmap. Another nice thing about using the new router is that it doesn't have the idiotic subnet of .12. It's not just .1 like it should be. 192.168.8.0/24. Alrighty. So let that rock, and then I'm just gonna figure out which one of these IPs is for the telephone thing. See, I vote for HP UX install. It's not gonna be that. It's just gonna be Ubuntu because I need it to do like things that are useful. So, another one. X. Thank you for the Prime sub and for the 4th month. Let's see, hold on. Someone was asking about the. Just call the box. Oh, you know what? You're right. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Was it 100 pound? Okay, 100 pound. Okay, it's just 1. Invalid. Why? Got it. $219. Okay. Hold on. Let me get the chat up on the laptop so it's easier for me to see it, because I'm missing stuff. And it looks like the server won. Alrighty, so we're doing servery nonsense today. We will get to that in a moment here. Let me just get chat up and see. So, what model is the server? This is an HP DL580 G7, and it's got 4, Xeon X7560s and 128 gigs of RAM. So, let's see. And True HP Fashion Glue compact badge on it. Call it Desk Pro Xeon. Yeah, really. All right. Oh, actually, I don't want to do that. It was 219. I gotta remember 219. Home. I think it was 219. Hopefully, it was 219. Let's see. See, the DL used to be a house TV would shut down if you insert a USB drive. Ooh, that's a cool security measure. Hello, Shiny Sylveon. What am I doing? Twitch phone. Where is that at? Actually, where did I do this? BP computer, a little power hungry too. Yeah, I need to put it on the kilowatt. Currently, the camera's on the kilowatt because I was curious, like how much power overhead I have with the 12-volt adapter I'm using. Turned out plenty. Anyone remember where the phone thing was? Oh wait, it's just under TTS. Perfect. Okay, let's see, I need call. Open with Kate. Let's see. So for those of you who are concerned about like power for the server, my office electricity is free. So, yeah, I'm not too concerned. Now, I don't plan on having it on all the time either, though. So, don't get me wrong. The plan is, so, one of the things I've got going on here, actually, is there's a Raspberry Pi sitting back here that is currently VPN tunneled to one of my VPSs, one of my Linode server things, and I can access the Pi through the VPS from anywhere now, which means I have a way into the office remotely, even though I'm stuck behind the 5G stuff. So. 219 save. Alrighty, let's do one of these. Call. Alright, perfect. VPN always saves the day. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a challenge. There's still some stuff I'm working out with the VPN, and then learning routing. That part's really weird. Like, I would like to be able to connect the laptop to the Pi through the VPN. So, like, have... I don't know how I'm gonna do it. It's WireGuard and it's weird. So like this, the Pi is 10.0.10.2. The VPS is 10.0.10.1, and this is 10.0.10.3. Because this connects to the VPN, the Pi connects to the VPN, but that doesn't connect to the Pi. There's no routing path to the Pi. So you'd think like do a route on the VPN where it's like if or no, do on the server, no, on the laptop and the Pi, you like route, I don't know, I hate networking. Hello, Totem SP2, since it's your first time chatting. We networking? Maybe. We'll see. That's like if we get it working, possibly. But all right, we got phone stuff done. The Princess phone was requested. Now, I need to go looking for my longer phone cable because we're going to be over there and the phone thing's over here. So I will be just a moment while I do that. I think I've got some in a box over here. So hopefully this won't be like a huge pain. It is warm when you stand behind that server. Gotta say. I don't know why you guys think it uses a lot of power. Alright, yeah, that looks like a really long phone cable. How many conductors is it? A bunch. Hopefully that's not a problem. Oh, wow, it keeps going. That's perfect. Alright. So, I mentioned one of these projects has to be done tomorrow, but I didn't say which one. So Totem, we haven't actually got into what today's thing's going to be. Today we're going to be working on setting up a server that I'll be running in the office to do data archiving tasks with. But we'll get into that in a moment. For right now, I just had to fix the phone because I changed some of my network routing stuff at the office, which should hopefully make the stream more stable. So far, we haven't dropped any frames, so it's looking like maybe it'll actually work. Ah, dang, it's missing a clip. That really sucks. Oh, the phone did things. We're about to change the stream title in a moment to what we're actually doing, and then I guess we'll be changing the category too. Apparently, the HP DL580 G7 needs the something or another and under some other thing. Boot parameters, okay. That's allow any, what, is it like locked out which operating systems it'll boot? That's super weird. Another 1X, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Wow. See, you can store so many floppy images on that server and tape. Yeah, really? Let's see, I use tap interface on OpenVPN, so connect everything on layer 2, just like bare Ethernet cable. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about networking, so all of that is kind of meaningless to me, other than I know OpenVPN is a thing that I could use instead of WireGuard. Let's see. It would be an HP thing to do. Yeah, really. No kidding. I will have to look into that. I have not looked into any of that kind of stuff yet, so that might actually be really helpful to know. So how many connectors is that? I don't know. This one's 4. I'm a little concerned that this is going to be, like, not enough. Alright, no tab on that side either, unfortunately. Let's see if the phone rings. Alright, it all works. Let's see. The phone thing, someone asked about the phone thing. I just had to get a new IP for the phone because I changed which router I'm using, so the IP address for the SIP adapter changed, so I had to do that so that I could actually have the phone work. That was what I was doing there. So, okay, I can go channel points, things, call me. Actually, I'm going to do this one. Force call for admin. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to see that it actually works. Why is it warning me about my own chat? Come on. This is a test call. Oh, it'd help if I ran the server. Yep, it's a good thing I did it, because I didn't run the Python thing. Is it just that? I don't remember how this works now. Test. It's probably that. Test. All right. Try this one more time. Wait, what? Oh, no. Dang it. Stupid things. So, fun thing here. That HP we're about to look at has, like, ancient SSL on it. And I had to figure out how to get ILO working. And modern operating systems don't have the version of ILO that it's, or SSL that it's compatible with. So, on a whim, I installed Conqueror on here, and it does support it, because it's also kind of ancient and icky. So that worked, but now Conqueror is my default browser, so I gotta change that. Default. And, what was it? The OAuth authentication for my Python script tried to authenticate through Conqueror, and surprise, surprise, it didn't work. Because I'm not logged into Twitch there. Remote in the Windows XP system, use IE6. So I actually tried to do that in the video, and it didn't work. I think it's because it has a way old version of IE on there. Shiny Sylvian, thank you for gifting a sub to Totem SP2. All right, let's try that admin one again. This is a test call. All right, we're all good. I'm going to enable the real one. Alrighty, admin one over, and there you go. Now, do keep in mind, this is not like free phone call-in with jokes days. It's still the same normal rules. But, yeah, there you go. Phone is active. Alrighty. I guess I gotta go get ready now, huh, with the server stuff. Not gonna be too hard. It's just a couple of things I gotta do, basically. Let me give you an angle here, and then this. Oh, you know what's funny? I think I'm gonna switch to this camera being the one that's like this view. See, what does a Princess phone taste like? I can taste things now, so it's gonna taste like a piece of plastic. Or Bakelite. I'm not sure. It might actually be Bakelite era. What was I going to do? I was going to press this button and then be disappointed that it didn't work. And then press it again, and then, yay, it worked. I'm also going to have to get the tablet set up over there, because I didn't do that. But I can take the Princess phone with me. Ha-ha! And have it over there. Boom. Phones. So let me get the tablet plugged in and starting up. That way I will be able to read chat from over here. I won't easily be able to control OBS still. Oh yeah, I forgot to eat my lunch. Whoops. I got a magnetic thing that I gotta put somewhere. Let me plug it in my phone. Oh, man. At the last minute, when I was trying to set up stream today, for some reason, I plugged in another switch into the modem, and then it just stopped working. And I don't know why. It's a Ubiquiti modem, so it should be, like, actually good. But I plugged in another switch, and then it just completely gave up. So I'm wondering if maybe that switch is bad or something. I don't know. There's that. I need to grab this thing. It's off screen. Is this all safe for camera? I think it is. All right. So you're still looking at that high, but I'm going to turn this around and point it over here. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna take it closer. It'll work. Just gotta keep tension on the HDMI cable so it doesn't do like weird stuff. There we are. Yoink. Doink. Okay, so we'll go with that, and then I actually have lights over here already. Whoops, falling over. Pointed at this because I was working on it. Boom. So we've got that ready to go. And how do I want to angle this? I think more like that is probably what I want. All right. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to do this. Do I have my Nikon bag over here? I do. So you can't see me. Hold on. Let's do hi. Just for a brief moment here. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this camera, and I have a Nikon lens on that one right now. I didn't really mean to do that, but it just happened. I'm going to put this big Nikon lens on it, because then it'll actually reach all the way over there, and I think that'll be kind of cool. So, let's see what that'll look like. Where's the release? There it is. Boom. And there we are. So, this is big ol' zoom lens. So it's 300 millimeter. So this should look interesting from back here. This lens weighs more than this is really ready to hold up. Just gonna try and tighten it a little bit again. There we are. So hopefully you're not trying to connect the HP with SFP. Nope, I don't have any SFP anything, because that would require fancy stuff. All right, look at that. See, someone in Discord is asking about what software you use to control the Nikon while connected by USB. It's called Entangle, and I think it might just be a Linux application. I'm not really sure. Let's go with that for white balance. All right, so I think that's going to be our angle there. Try and get the focus right. Okay, well, that'll be interesting. We'll see how that goes. Okay, 600 millimeter on MFT. Let's have a look. So this is 300 millimeter, but this is an APS-C lens going to micro 4/3. So let's see. Well, yeah, while you'll eat your food. Yeah, probably should, huh? See, joint sir and eating stream. Oh my gosh. Camera's focusing on the monitor. Well, none of these cameras have like dynamic autofocus or continuous autofocus. So, yeah, it can't be. See, Conqueror is almost IE6 in the last world. Yeah, that's very, very true. All right, let's go ahead and I'm gonna switch over here now. And by switch over there, I mean I'm gonna walk over here because that's like what I'm doing. You know what I just realized? I can't see stream over here. That's like actually a problem, isn't it? I can open Chatterino on this, though. I still haven't installed KDE Neon because, like, stuff. There we go. I think I think it's working now. Let's see. How am I framed on there? I think that's probably good. But yeah, if you guys want to let me know. All right, this should work now. Maybe. Good? Alright, perfect. Let me try opening the WebSocket website. See if this will actually work here. Quite well framed? Awesome. It might look a little weird being probably 300 millimeter with all the weird conversion stuff. Oh, that's a speed booster adapter I have on there too. So that's like another thing. Oh, it might be overexposed now that I think about it. I might want to check that. I'm gonna actually bring up my channel on here. Might just for a moment let that run so I can see what the video actually looks like. Hello, RKN45. Lighting looks really good if you ask me. So these are actually my really nice lights. So that might be part of it. Oh yeah, that looks fine. Okay, that's good. I might actually be able to be tightened in just a little bit, but that'll probably be good. All right, we'll not worry about it. All right, I'm gonna pause that. Let me try and open the WebSocket thing, see if I can do some stuff. Upper cam was wigging out for a bit. Oh, that's weird. I don't know why it would. Well, hopefully it's... Oh, I know what the problem is. I need to go a little bit of soft focus on the main view. I probably can't help that too much because it's a manual focus setup over there, and I think I have it correct, but it's really hard to tell. What was I doing here? The glint of the breast, the princess phone. Yeah, that's possibly dirty lens. Possibly just aberration because of all the weird adapter nonsense that's going on. So probably can't do much about that. Might want to turn off face tracking. Yeah, I gotta do that. That's what's going on, why that thing is doing weird stuff. But I'm trying to web socket control over here. Yeah, OBS web socket. Just Google it. There's a website. I have been using it with it's like OBS tablet control or something. I don't remember what it was. OBS tablet remote. That'll probably be it. Oh, I don't know what the IP address of that thing is. Now I gotta walk back over there. All right. Well, I gotta do that to turn off the tracking anyway, so that'll be fine. All right. Let's see. Small cam view. Properties, face tracker off. There we go. All right, now you just get normal view. I'll have to remember that for next time. IP address. That's the thing I need over here. Console. IP-ADDR. It's 245. Okay. Alrighty, this probably looks super fancy with that lens like this, because this is like a long shot. Face tracking was staring disrespectfully at the vertical monitor. Vertical monitor? I don't think I have a vertical monitor. Are you talking about the 4x3 one? See, I like how the face tracker oscillates after it jerks to a random location. Super fancy. 68.1.245 connect. Operation is insecure. Yeah, that's fine. Oh wait, I need a non-HTTPS, no SSL connect. Oh wait, you know what? This is connected wrong. Hold on. Thought I heard something. I gotta actually connect over Wi-Fi here, so give me a moment, and then... Wait, why is it not showing up? What? Oh, thanks for the great content. Glad to see you're feeling better after last weekend. Yeah. Oh, thank you for the sub. I've never seen... I haven't seen what a sub looks like on Chatterino yet, so thank you for the Prime sub and for the second month. Like camera got bumped. Oh yeah, rotating monitors are good at playing Tate. Yeah, there are no rotating monitors on screen still, so I'm not sure where you guys are seeing that. Alrighty, why? There it is. Okay, I'm gonna real quick just take this over here. Alrighty, I think that'll do it. Yep. Okay. So, this should be the first time, yes, ever, that I can actually control the streaming computer from the tablet. And you might think, well, like, you should just be able to do that because they're, like, on the network with WebSocket stuff. But no, because the stupid T-Mobile router has like different VLANs for each connection. Each Ethernet port is different, Wi-Fi is different. So one of the cool, awesome things about having the new router is that it's not designed by idiots and everything is just able to connect to each other. So this Wi-Fi tablet is going to be able to connect to that Ethernet computer now and be able to do things. So basic, but it can actually do it now. So, sources list, toggle sources on and off. Okay, now this is going to get mildly complicated because of how this works. But yeah. So, oh, what were the other options? Deck talk cards, setting up new shells. Yeah, oh yeah. Did I need to change the stream title thing, I think. Edit stream info. Playing with new server. There we go. There we are. That's the title. Okay. On that note, the thing that we're now going to be doing tomorrow that has to be done, I said one of the 3 things has to be done. It's not the deck talk. Tomorrow we will be building the shelves and setting all that up because I have a storage apocalypse going on right now. So it absolutely must happen. So that's what we'll be doing. Whoa. Yep, thank you for the reminder. I do need to eat the lunch. I was just trying to get all this set up so we can actually start on something. And I wanted to be able to run through what's going on with this. So, I think that's good. All right. I'm going to just kind of ask and rely on you guys for this because I'm going to have to keep walking up and getting over there and coming back. Can you roughly see what's on the display there? Just, can you see that? And then I will work on this. You know what? Theoretically, I could actually VGA capture that, but that sounds like a whole lot of other thing to try and get started up here. Yep, it's Wikipedia. All right, you guys can tell what it is. Perfect. Okay. So, let's begin then. I'm going to be eating a bologna sandwich while we're doing this. And that's lunch. So exciting. I left my water over there. I'm going to be getting up to grab my water. Okay, so I have, let me go over roughly what's in this thing. So, on the server itself, here, there are a bunch of hard drives. All right. These 2 hard drives are 600 gigs. The rest of these are split 145, 146, and 300. All right. My intention is not to actually use those, but I guess I'm going to because the server is also really, really weird. At least to me. Apparently this is like normal. I don't know. It seems crazy to me. If I pop the top off, all right. This is like kind of the motherboard. It's a daughter card that's got a bunch of stuff that would normally be like onboard peripherals. And you could take an SD card and you can plug it in there. Boop. And then you can boot off of that. Weird. So that's like an option. I tried to do that yesterday. I swear it took like 40 minutes for it to copy all the files onto there, and then it wouldn't boot. So maybe the thing someone was trying to tell me about here will actually allow it to boot. So we might just see if we can fix that install and have it boot off of that. To me, it sounds like a terrible idea to boot off of an SD card because the eMMC is not well regarded for its write endurance. But ideally, it's probably not writing that much because it's a server. Now I gotta get my water that's over here. Oh, my water's empty. Okay, I gotta go get water that's in the other room. And then I gotta come back over and start eating my lunch now that I have it sitting out. Oh, man. I am better, really. It's just the little things won't go away. And the bottle on top of the water cooler is empty. But I knew this was coming. I brought a replacement today, but if I'm gonna wait. Put that on next time I get a water. All right. Okay. So let me catch up here. Let's see. That'll be tomorrow's stream. Yep. Chat. Wait a minute. Hold on. Camera angle can move to our left. Don't need to see tripod. Oh, yeah. I could probably zoom the whole thing in a little bit, actually. We can probably see better if you switch to cameras. Yeah, but it's really hard. I can't easily switch to cameras. I'm sorry. That's like the one thing I can't do. See, I'm back. Taking server 1, it did indeed. See, with or without mustard? Without anything. It's really, really boring. It's Kraft cheese and bologna. SD cards for OS, not data. Yes, platypus. Yeah. Simple, or thumb drive about the only method of booting on RAID. Ooh, interesting. Internal SD is just USB card reader anyway. Yeah. It's not supposed to be USB install ESXi anymore. DL360 Gen 4. It's got to be a Gen 5. I have a 360 Gen 4. We could go check if it has a USB boot. I don't think it does. Got an errand run? Don't die. All right. Thank you, Early Wogan. Okay. I'm going to take a bite here to encourage actually eating lunch. Nope. And now, you know what? I'm just going to reboot. Let's just see what it says. And then we'll boot the flash drive. And then we'll try and fix it. You know what's really hilarious is I set this up over here because it has VGA, because it's a server. They're all VGA still. And it was super easy to just run one of my KVM cables from the KVM to that on a portable folding table and just have it set up. So that's why I'm using the vintage PC area for the servers, because it was super easy to set that up and have it just work. Helen Croft, that makes a lot of sense using IPMI. I tried to use ILO to install this at home, but I couldn't figure out how to pipe the HTTP stuff through WireGuard, through all the weird connection nonsense that I had to go through to make it work. Because I had to connect my laptop over WireGuard to the VPS, and then the VPS over WireGuard to the Pi, and then the Pi to the server in the office, and that connection chain, I just couldn't get it to work no matter what. And then I couldn't even just like run a web browser on the Pi and have it connect to this thing locally, because it's got the weird SSL stuff going on. So I would have had to find a web browser that works on the Pi that could actually communicate with this thing. So just got here. I'm legally obligated to ask the specs of the server how much storage it will have. This server is not going to have a tremendous amount of storage in it. It's probably gotten the maximum amount it will ever have, unless I just somehow get a bunch of 1 terabyte SSDs to put in it. This thing only has 8 2.5-inch drive bays, despite being a gargantuan monster. Really, this thing's a RAM server. That's what this thing really is. It has 64 RAM slots, and I think it can support like 2 terabytes of RAM or something insane like that. So that's what it's really meant for. But it's got 4 Xeon X7560s, and then 128 gigs of RAM right now, which is like the lowest spec thing you can have almost. So that's kind of funny. But let's see. Hairdryer noises. Yeah, it's really not that bad. So I like that. It beeps to try and pick a thing. And then here we go. All right, attempting to boot from USB drive key. Error attempting to read or write outside of USB disk HD0. Entering rescue mode. So I'm going to point this camera at that. So you can kind of see what's going on there. Wonder how much zoom that'll actually do. Wow, you ain't gonna be able to see a squat. Well, not a lot I can do there unless I figure out VGA capture, and that sounds like adding a whole layer of pain. Alright, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna briefly run the stream so that I can see what's going on. Maybe SD card write protection is enabled. That would be hilarious. It shouldn't be since I just wrote the operating system to it, but that would be absolutely hilarious. I'm gonna see what happens if I click this. I have no idea. You know what? I should have done an indication. Oh, it didn't change anything. Okay, well that's weird. Alrighty. You know what? Let's just swap the cameras. It'll make sense to do that. You don't need a full screen view of me. What's the button? That. There we go. Now you'll be able to see me. That's slightly cropped. That's probably good. Then I can eat my sandwich and not look super weird too. So you can now see the display. That's the error it's got going on. Attempting to boot from USB drive key. And I like how it says C. Like, it's not a Windows server. even HP, it would be HPUX, which is a Unix-based system, which means it wouldn't be C. So I don't know why it says C, but it does. So yeah, I don't know what that deal is. I didn't actually try and like diagnose that. So grub issue, maybe. I mean, I would think it would just work, but I don't know. List. LS. Oh, we got some stuff. Well, I guess I can point that down now. There we are. See, server is a bit grubby. Grub is in the boot sector, right? I just did the normal Ubuntu install and just pointed it at the SD card. So I genuinely have no idea how it's set up. So what we're going to do now, we're going to reboot off of the flash drive, and then we'll see what happens. Is it set to legacy mode and not UEFI? Ooh, that's a good question. I have no idea. So it had ESXi of some kind on this SD card, but I want to run just like Linux, normal, plain, boring Linux on it, and control everything manually for now. Yeah, bare metal Linux, that's my whole thing. So we're going to do that, somehow. I don't know how yet. Whee! So every now and then it's got to remind you, I'm a big boy server, roar! See, ESXi needs legacy mode, ooh! No, Solid Gamer, it was broken to begin with in the stream. So, yeah. That's kind of what the stream is, just figuring out how to get it to boot, because I genuinely am not sure. And then the other fun thing, this has a GTX 670 in it, which might end up being more of a pain than anything else, because if video gets defaulted to that, then I'm going to have to disable it so that ILO can actually work. I don't know how to get into BIOS. I'm just going to spam the delete key. I haven't actually gotten into the BIOS yet. I hope there's no password on it. That's possible. The person who gave me this, I can actually get in contact with if I need to. So, F9 setup. Beep, beep, beepity beep, beep, beep. F9 pressed. What does that mean? Well, BIOS might only be accessible by IPMI. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know why it says, oh yeah, boy. That might be a modification by the former owner. I have no idea if there's a manual. I really have not. I first turned this on yesterday, just so you guys know. That's how far along I am. Like, yesterday was more about making sure all the RAM works. Like, this thing's kind of crazy. This is really cool. You should see this. Down here, because there's 64 slots of RAM, right? Oh, hold on. It's got a thing. System maintenance menu, default. Yeah, we're going to do that. All right, well, that might be it. We'll figure that out in a moment. Because there's 64 slots of RAM, you can, like, make some really big mistakes. So it's got this little grid thing that pops out, and when there's a stick of RAM that's not connected correctly, one of these will light up, and then you know literally exactly which stick of RAM isn't working right. And then you can pull out that module. There are 8 RAM modules here, and then each one has 8 sticks in it, and that's kind of crazy, so you can do all that. Anyway, I think we're in BIOS. Nah, you can focus. Come on. Do it. Or just be a naughty camera. Fine. Alright. So, TT, this channel is one big reason that I'm watching YouTube now. I get in here, I'll see if I can remember to watch you live. Cool. See, BIOS, F9 again. Wait, F9? I went to F10. Oh, that might have been a problem. Let's see, server stuff. Need to clean my desk. Just lost my boot disk. Uh-oh, you're gonna need that. So, we have 3 options. Set up, inspect, and diagnose. Well, let's set up. Oh, I like this. This looks good. Oh, PCI IRQ settings. Good. We can get our sound blaster working. Let's see. System options? Yeah, this is like stuff. I'm not really sure how this is gonna work. F9 for ROM-based setup utility. I mean, this looks right? Like, I'm pretty sure this is what I want to be in, I think. I don't know. Sound blaster server sounds fun. Let's see. Boot controller order. Okay, well that makes sense. Yeah. Date and time, server availability. I don't thermal shutdown. Ooh, wake on LAN. After enabling wake on LAN, remove all power cords before adding or removing any adapters. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, well it's already enabled. Post F1 prompt. I don't know what that is. Power on button, enabled, disabled. That's kind of cool. Standard boot order. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. So that's... What? IPL device boot order. Weird. Floppy, CD-ROM, hard... Oh yeah, it has an optical drive in it too. That's kind of cool. Embedded something or another. Hard drive C, seat boot controller order. Okay, that makes sense. Genuinely put a sound blaster in it. Play tracker music throughout the office. Man. Maybe it can boot from a CD. It definitely can. It should be able to. Alright, not seeing anything there yet. Advanced options. Advanced system ROM... Virtual install disk. That's cool. Video options, embedded video, optional video secondary, optional video primary. That's perfect. That's how I want it. I'll actually make it work with a remote desktop through IPMI or ILO. Yeah, what's missing is any UEFI options. SD card looked like it was purchased in GPT, which BIOS may not be able to handle. Possibly. According to forum, okay. BIOS, what? System options, okay, where is that? System options. SATA controller options. I don't see anything like SATA controller options. Wait, yeah, how old is the BIOS? Hold on. 2015. I mean, that should be probably EFI. Also, I like how it starts out copyright 1982. Where's that date come from? Is that when ProLiant came out? Because HP definitely existed before 1982. I have HP branded stuff from before 1982 within 10 feet of this thing. I was right on the edge of EFI becoming mainstream. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Do I want to update the BIOS? Because that sounds like it'll either go super easy and not a problem at all, or I'm going to have a dead server. I don't know which one I want to do. All right, so you want this like that. I honestly have no idea what the Intel one is connected to. Yeah, I don't really know. I'm not even sure how to update the BIOS. BIOS serial console. Ooh, that's cool. But you might do it through ILO, which for the record is going to require me going over and using my laptop, which is currently running the phone. So if we do that, then the phone will be down for a little bit. It's through USB. It might be safer to do it through ILO, though. I don't know. HP BIOS, yeah. So this has P65. You know what? Let's go look at this. Clickety, link, click. No, not. Why am I on that? Hold on. Click, click, click. Okay. Thank you, BS Trap. Alright, most recent one is 2018. ROM pack. Utility enables the upgrade system firmware BIOS to upgrade the firmware. Insert ROM pack USB key. I don't like the sound of that. To available USB port boot system. Additional ROM pack online flash. Firmware CD supplemental. Wow, they have the weirdest Linux logo I have ever seen. It's like a side profile of a penguin, not like the usual tux like that. It's like on its side, kind of looking up, more regal. Hello, Silverdown. Trying to set up a server and it's going mixed. ROM flash for Windows. Calling a ROM pack is totally something marketing guy came up with. Yeah, really. Online firmware upgrade utility. ESXi. Firmware upgrade component for Linux. So it's like a CD that you burn to run, to access it in Linux. Man, it's... Firmware, network. Man, there's like 8 different firmwares on this thing. This is complicated. I'm leaning towards just regular 32-bit BIOS install. Although, it won't be able to access all the RAM then. Well, how does this work? So you need 32-bit legacy grub, non-UEFI, but then it's got a load of 64-bit operating system so it can access all the RAM? Launch defeated. That is the BIOS. All right. Looks like you have to have an account to access it. Yay. And it's an executable. Of course it is. See all the lock icons. What lock icons? You gonna unzip the exe with 7-zip? We'll see. It's not that I don't believe you, it's just I've never been able to get an executable to work. I usually use just Arc. I have no idea what's installed on this tablet thing. Let's download the executable, see what happens. Alright, it downloaded. Right click, open with Archive Manager. Oh my gosh, this is the only one it's ever worked with. That's hilarious. Alright. Well, let me get some stuff. Oh wait, all the stuff's right here. Alright, well let me point the camera at this thing I'm working on so you can actually see what I'm doing over here. Let's do it this way. Boom. And focus. Okay. You know what? I'm going to do this. Oh, that's way better feeling. Okay. So, I've been trying to get things for things like this. So this only has C ports, so I actually can plug in like a real flash drive using this. So that's going to be handy. And then I need a real flash drive. And we'll go with maybe that one. Sure, why not? Okay. All right. HP updates are all self-extracting zips. Is that an HP ROM? boot options in that? Yeah, it kind of is. I believe this is, yeah, this is already FAT32 because it was used for PlayStation 3 stuff. So I can kind of just extract everything in there. So create new folder, HP server. I can get this out from under that so it's flat. Boom, boom, and we'll just pull all that out. Yoink. Okay. People wonder why 90% of Hove Labs use Dell servers. I don't know. This was, I don't know. I'm partial to the HP ones. I really like how they're physically put together. I feel like HP servers are just easy to work on. This one's kind of cool. So, I don't know. All right, let's see. README first. Okay. DL580 G7, USB key media. Alrighty. Revision of the system ROM includes latest Intel microcode, which in combination with operating system updates, blah, 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 blah. New features, none. Problems fixed. Oh, it's a lot of words for problems, man. Known problems, none. Okay, good. How to use obtain formatted USB key. Okay. Download softpak directory onto a system running Microsoft Windows. Uh-oh. Format that drive and directory. Execute softpak file after USB key is created. What? Created. What? ROM pack, USB key. Do I just put these? What? I bet this update was for Spectre Meltdown. Oh, that could make sense. Microcode is inside the BIOS was full BIOS upgrade. HPLO. So you need fixes. Needs bootable USB key and then drag files onto it. Well, which files? There's like a bunch. That's the thing. There's a ROM pack folder. I'm betting maybe that. Yeah, update goes into ILO. You know, it might just be possible to do that. Like, I might just be able to, like, do it through ILO. You would think Arizona of Ontario, but it actually can't communicate with ILO either for some reason. But Conqueror on the KDE laptop I have over there can. This is ROM pack USB key folder and a DOS USB stick. Okay. Theoretically, that already is. Do I put the folder itself or the contents of the folder? Because if it's... I might be able to just put that folder on there right now and then reboot and try it. I mean, let me phrase it this way. I did. Don't matter? All right, then. Do both. All right. Upper right of server's 2 USB ports, maybe instead of the Esther. Yeah, no, Ben Mad Dog, that's 100% possible. If I wanted to get, like, a crazy flash drive, I could do that. That is a thing. Or just CD into the folder and start the update from there. What now? CD into the folder. What? Oh, M3GA Linux. You know what? That kind of makes sense, actually. Now I see what you mean. Yeah. CD when running DOS. All right, we're using the XP computer. We're putting the whole HP server folder on the flash drive, and then we're gonna use that. I'm just gonna start it up right now. You know what? That's the easiest path through here. Let's work with fun hardware rather than harder. Does flash drive disappear? I think it did. All 3 BIOS updates 2015 are Intel microcode updates? Okay. I don't know what that means. I want one thing. I want EFI. I don't know if I'm going to get that, though. Copy. Alrighty. And you can show the screen. Wolf, the network stuff's been kind of messed up at the moment, so it would be a little more work to get that going than you might think it right now, because I changed which router I'm using, which is hopefully making the stream more stable. But I haven't gone through and redone everything like the actual network part for the VGA capture, so I don't have that done. Hope you're feeling better. I am. I'm not perfect, but I am better. Also, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for the 5th month. All right, well, now we can go to over here. Oh, man, I gotta move this box. Spoilers. Okay. Ooh, that's a good-looking monitor on that computer. Woo! Hey, look, it's that thing. That's not a bad view, really. I remember this computer from a video. All right, plug in the flash drive. And because this is the dark days of flash drives, it's going to have to reinstall it. I really can't overstate how good this monitor actually looks in person. I think a lot of it is that the backlight has no on-time hours. That might be a lot of why it just embarrasses the Samsung display, which is just over there so bad. Alrighty, ROM pack, ROM pack, flat files, start files. I thought there was one. How to use. Included in ROM pack, ROM pack, USB key. Windows-based utility, locally partitioned format, copy necessary files, flash media. Okay, perfect. That's what I want. Boom. HP, USB. That's what I want. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. Use Windows XP for this. Yep, sure, nuke it. I don't care, whatever. Oh, you know what? I should have grabbed some files off of there. Too late now. Oops. There were some things on there I wouldn't have minded grabbing. Oh well. And now, computer, removable drive E. Excellent. Oh my gosh, this sys Linux to boot DOS. Smart. All right. That's that. Safely remove. Why is it going to let me eject the speed pad? This. Why is this ejectable? Also, separately ejectable is the whole thing and then the wheel. That's strange. All right, this is ready to go. Woo! More camera moving. Yay! All right, server is there. You know what I'm realizing is that this isn't going to be like pointed here for long, so we're just going to pull out the Linux drive. I'm going to plug in that thing, and now we can update the BIOS. So however that's going to happen is going to be done here. So let's continue. Okay, just use Windows XP USB things. That's basically what I just did there. All right. Yeah, no change keyboard reward. Technically, I could have there. Yeah, see, if you use Windows on a wipe, yeah. Monitor actually doesn't look bad when you don't do the color correction you mentioned. It doesn't look that bad when you... So the thing is you're not getting a good view of it. And then live, I have some like slightly different color stuff going on. The thing is it's blown out when it's in the video normally. So I actually was gonna show some like comparison screenshots in the Discord server, but it wouldn't upload the files, and then I got progressively sicker and forgot and just didn't care anymore. So let's see. Isn't there a way to like install EFI on legacy only system? I'm not really sure. If you use the tool in Windows, wipe it. Yeah, that's fine. Running a tool from the disk. It is nuking. No, Hellencroft, I copied it to the desktop and then ran it. My personal favorite monitor, 16x10 Acer monitor from the late 2000s because it looks so good. It's one my dad used. Yeah, I can understand the nostalgia aspect. So, yeah. See, did Twitch eat my last message? I didn't see it, J Metal, so I'm not sure. Nice to see you well again. Finally, my sub. AJ Slim, thank you for the Prime sub and for the 6th month. I appreciate it, and thank you. That's still daily 99 Trinitron. Yeah, so that's the thing. A lot of people said, like, oh, CRTs were the first gaming monitor. No, they weren't. They were not designed for gaming. They just happened to be inherently good at gaming. And you can't say that something that is just inherently good at gaming is the first thing at gaming. They never, ever made a monitor, a CRT, specifically for gaming because there was nothing to change. You couldn't put, like, faster phosphor in there so that it would decay quicker so you'd have less motion blur. That's just not how it worked. There was never a monitor, a CRT, that was sold with features that were specifically for gaming, like a low response time LCD was. So that was the first gaming monitor. What am I doing? I'm this. Boom. I've still never actually been able to use a PVM, though, so I don't know how amazing they look in person. I'm pretty sure there are. There were CRTs with an S inside. It's a little different, but yes. Was it technically a oscilloscope first used for gaming? Yeah. Those were gaming CRTs. The Vectrex came out before that, though. You could consider it, oh, that's a gaming monitor. It's splitting hairs too much. That doesn't count. I think technically I can be hands-off with this. It'll either try and boot the flash drive or it'll try and boot the SD card, but I think it's going to try and boot the flash drive. Oh, it's let me know it's a big server. Rawr. Oh, man. So there's a project called Clover, which says it can add EFI legacy systems. Ooh, that's cool. Quick, someone screen grab the ILO IP address. I mean, if you can get that, you're still not going to be able to do anything with it because it's a local IP. CapsWiki situation under control? Yes. So that was a fun thing that happened while I was sick. I had a massive bot attack on CapsWiki. Someone decided they wanted to create like 1,000 accounts an hour on CapsWiki. So I had to put it behind Cloudflare and figure out how their web application firewall or whatever it's called works to restrict specific URLs, basically. So if you try and create an account on CapsWiki now, it goes through a Cloudflare bot check. But that was the only way I could figure out how to stop it, because they were creating so many accounts so fast, it was just crippling the server. The only reason I found out it was happening is because Linode emailed me and they were like, hey, your server's been pegged for 2 hours now. It probably isn't supposed to be, so you might want to look at it. So, you know, again, props to Linode for being pretty good. So, yeah, at least you had the time for doing... Yeah, I did have that, yeah. The message got in. I found a similar ViewSonic on the local marketplace after I watched your vid, even though its housing is identical. Apparently, it's much worse panel, worse specs. Ah, that's a shame, J-Metal. It's really not bad. I'm all about fail to ban. I don't know anything about that. The one thing that I can never get people to understand enough is that I'm a Linux user. I am not a network admin or a systems administrator or any of that stuff. So I see that thing, I see that's a computer. I don't see that's a server and it's got weird network stuff, any of that. I don't know how to do any of that. So I had to learn all of just enough to get this VPS to stop dying, and then I'm like, I'm out. I hate doing this. So yeah, that was pretty much what it was. All right, see if it boots the flash drive. Attempting, ooh, that's what? Operating system load error? Whoa, that's a whole bunch of complicated stuff. What's going on there? Attempting to boot from CD-ROM. Why? Attempting boot from drive. Attempting boot from the NIC. What? That doesn't seem right. Well, it's not going to network boot, yeah. Stream should be sponsored by Linode for that story. Let's see. JBone message not on. That's weird. Let's see. I don't know why it's all yeah, boy, Commander Keen. I have no idea. What is going on here? Non-system disk, system automatically reboot. Hold on, I didn't want that. What did it flash past F11 boot or something? I don't know. I missed what, like, boot. Oh, man, it goes by so fast. I can't change anything. F10? Alright. Setup. We'll just try and set it to... It said found ROM pack. F11 is choose... Oh, well. Oh, well. Standard boot order. USB drive key. Floppy drive. Well, that looks right. The only change I've made is using USB or the Intel controller over the other ones for that. F11 is choose. F12. ROM pack found, then operating system load. The floppy drive is virtual through ILO. It doesn't actually have a floppy drive. I'm surprised. You could probably... I should probably just go grab the laptop. And then try this through ILO. No, Hellencroft, it actually is a virtual floppy drive. The ILO management backend has a virtual floppy disk image that it can boot from. That's what it is. It might also be able to boot off of the USB floppy drive, but that's what drive A is as far as the system is concerned. I'm going to grab the laptop. We're going to use Conqueror. We're going to look at ILO. We're going to see if we can shove the firmware somewhere through ILO to have it just work. All right. I'm going to come back. You know, we're just going to do this. Ow. Oh, wait, hold on. If I just plug in the HDMI cable here, you can just look at it. Oh, this is a scary game. There's a bunch of network stuff going on right here as I'm moving that around. Okay, there's that. I need a moment before I show that, because I gotta remember what the login is, and it's a little weird. Let's see. Conqueror. So, like, yep, new server, Tay-Tay. We're trying to get it working, and it's not being very compatible or compliant. Alrighty, there is ILO. Just working on firing up. Just give me a moment. Hopefully ILO isn't as bad as mine. Needed to run IE. It is like that, Ben Mad Dog, but just Conqueror works, basically. So it's actually not too difficult. I'm gonna point this away while I log in for a moment. Maybe do like the old days, use separate speakers. I don't know. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Okay. Let's see. That. Give me one moment, then I can look at that message. And that. Have you tried saying you must comply to start commanding voice? Yeah, really. If anything else fails, you can print out BIOS update and type it in. Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm into ILO. So let's do this and that. Alright, you're not going to be able to see me for a moment. I'm sorry. There's like no way I can really easily do it. Okay, so here's ILO. So I want to first off, let's see, make it feed it basic MS-DOS 622 image. I could. Ooh, that's actually an idea, because then I could just access the files for that, huh? Well, let me look at what I can do here. Virtual media. It's like firmware update through here. Connect virtual. So this is the virtual floppy thing I was talking about. System info. Firmware. Where is it? System information. Where's firmware? Power, processors, memory, drives. I mean, this is like stuff. ILO can't ILO not update the BIOS? I don't know. Under admin. Ah, well, there's that firmware. Firmware update. That looks like it's specific to ILO. Management. Yeah, I know that's not the system firmware. Oh, maybe this can't. Boot order. So this is exactly the same options. You know what? Maybe, well, you guys said it's found ROM pack. I'm gonna try removing the SD card inside and then rebooting on the hardware. If you have an ISO, yeah, well, that's the thing, I don't. Ari, what we were working on last night, can I have a look at the network settings? Well, there are no network settings when Django Tech. That's the thing. This is ILO. It won't, like, I can't install WireGuard on ILO. That's all it's got. SD could be taking priority. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is I should go remove that and then do it. I mean, I might be able to do, like, weird shenanigans like that, but I can't, like, yeah. Does have system info firmware, which you don't. Oh, weird, Condarsa. I love how the meta is the content. I need a new server for what? To process video by my new server? Yeah, really? Well, this is actually just going to be for managing archival data. So, which is... The thing is that this is actually a much more powerful server than the other one, but because it doesn't have any 3.5-inch hard drive bays, it doesn't work as like my render server for me. I can't do that. I would have to get a SAN and then have that there, but I absolutely cannot have a bunch of server rack hardware at home, so I have to just continue on with the one that I'm using now, which is not like a consolation prize. It's awesome. It does exactly what I want. So, yeah. Let's see. You can set static routes for the VPN stuff for future use. Oh, weird. Wait, is that like here? Static routes. Okay, I don't know. See, I used a keygen to enable BIOS feature. That's awesome. Oh, I really like that. All right, well, I'm gonna go do the what you call it, yoink the SD card and then reboot. See what that does. So, go back to this angle. Hide the laptop because we're not getting anywhere with that. Rezoom in over there. Refocus. There, that's actually in focus this time. So let's go with that. It might be a little tight of a zoom. I don't think this is a parfocal lens, so it probably won't look right. Try and get this maybe a little better. There we go. Yeah, you guys wanted it more like that, I think. So, update ILO to see if you get firmware menu option. I mean, that's possible. I could maybe do that. Yeah. What's going on here? Super Micro IPMI keygen. That is amazing. I might have to look at that. Which one needs bigger apartments and get 40 racks? Oh gosh. You can reboot from the ILO. Yeah, I can do that. But right now I need to go yoink the SD card. So let me do that. Blap. All right. Oh wait, I'm at the camera set wrong. One moment. We're gonna put it back so you guys can actually see what I'm doing on the fun cam. The other one is just the face cam for the moment. Okay, so now you'll actually be able to see the weird SD card stuff in there. Manual focuses, it's not gonna find it on its own. Alright, so this is what I was trying to show you earlier, but it was like really hard to see. Here is the SD card. So we're going to take that out in case it's overriding USB boot. I doubt it because I booted USB to install to the SD card, even though it didn't work. So, I don't know. I assume somewhere in there's a chassis intrusion switch. I don't see it, but there's probably one. Whoa, that's a lot of stuff on there. Man. Well, alright then. And boop. I really like that on HPs. Alright. Let's try this now. See what it does. Focus. Please just focus. How hard is it to focus on a giant box? Be like the easiest thing ever. Okay, Control Alt Delete. That big SD card reader thing is the ILO system. It's more than just that. That's also the SAS controller and some other stuff. It's basically a card that has all of the onboard peripherals. See you later, Condarsa. Does phone reward work? It does. What's the box behind the laptop? Behind the laptop. That's a KVM. The server is actually connected to the KVM through this cable, so theoretically I could turn on my Windows 98 machine and then like just push a button and switch to that. If I hadn't messed up the network stuff, we could have done VGA capture of the server while this is going on, but I don't have that all set up at the moment. Also, it's really difficult to manage that from over here because I haven't created the WebSocket version of my stream layout yet. So, like here, while we're doing this, let me just quickly, I'll show you how bad the WebSocket stuff is here, all right? So while it's booting, okay, so each one of these little square things is like a control that I have. This section is the scenes, and the way I have it set up is that each basic thing I do is a scene. So capture, that is a scene. Multi-split, that's a scene. Intro, scene. So the thing is that I don't have scenes for individual cameras. So I don't have an easy way of doing that. The way I have cameras set up is in groups in the sources. So here you can toggle or enable sources, but the problem is that removing or not showing sources for the cameras doesn't work because they aren't used directly anywhere. So yeah, it's a weird thing. Yes, it is a Dell tablet that I was sent by Franz on here. So it's really handy for this once I get it figured out. So what I'm gonna have to do, yeah, let's see what this actually says over here. What I'm gonna have to do on that is recreate my entire OBS images, the whole layout, but rearrange everything so that I can hide or show the small camera view up there, wherever it is, and the big camera view with individual sources like that. So that's what it's got to be. But yeah, I don't have a way of enabling or disabling stuff here right now. Like I could just enable SL because that's like a top level thing. I forgot that was even there. I can hack stuff in, but that's about it. So, okay, boot 11, F11, just spam that, operating system, tempting from drive, I'm going to let it fail on this for a bit, and I'm going to spam F11 and see what happens. Water. Oh, the Windows XP computer's on. Yeah, it's a good looking monitor. Yep, not connected. Still not gonna work. They have to spam it sooner? I don't know, yeah. No, there really isn't gonna be a change keyboard reward on this stream. There's too much other stuff going on. Again, that's mostly for when I'm using like one dedicated vintage computer for something. Alrighty. One-time boot from USB key. Okay. 3. Boom. Seriously? You could have just done that? I'm not happy that it worked. I'm mad that it didn't do it on its own. That's so stupid. That should have just worked. Wow. All right. Point camera at monitor. I mean, it kind of is, but yeah, chat's probably obscuring it. There we are. At least we're there. Oh, man. Okay. Hopefully this gets a CFI. Continue. Enter. This feels like one of those times where I'd want like a UPS, but I don't have one here. I only own one, and my server with 35 hard drives or whatever it's got in it is the one that's got that going on. Does this fix an actual problem you're having with the BIOS? Otherwise, ask yourself, is this worth the risk? So, Savic, the problem is that it won't boot EFI. It'll only do legacy boot, we think. So what I'm hoping is this adds EFI booting. So I'm trying to fix like an actual BIOS level issue. Yeah, M3GA Linux, I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be. Prediction? I mean, oh man, can I do a prediction? Actually, I think I can. Hold on. Manage predictions. Okay, let's see. Start prediction. Add updating. And updating won't add EFI? Probably not. Let's see. Will this make it boot the SD card? We'll do that. We'll have this. This will be it. Will this make it boot the SD card? And that'll be the answer. Yes. No. And you got 1 minute. Because, okay, well, we got 1 minute. I thought it was going to take a little longer than that. But, all right. You got 1 minute to go. Will it just boot the SD card after this? When our related server is physically on fire. Yeah. Only option I can see for UEFI is Clover. Maybe. Cycle power for the new ROM revision to take effect. All right. One thing, while this is going, one thing that's kind of weird. This has like actual SAS drives in it. So the hard drives that I have here, the power and the data connectors are solid in the middle. SATA drives have like a split in between the two, but it's all just like one solid connector there. So these are like actually SAS drives, which is kind of weird. Some of them are crazy too. Like this one's a 10,000 RPM 2.5-inch drive. I'm like, what? That's a lot of RPMs on a little tiny drive. Let's see. Ubuntu should be able to boot from legacy BIOS. Current install just can't. Yeah. All right. Programming finished. Complete. Do you speak? All right. Probably dual SAS. You can see connections both sides of the data. No, but it's got, you know what? Now I'm seeing it. There's a couple of little contacts on the top side in the part where it's normally split. But I don't know. Huh, that's interesting. They're trying to boot an existing UEFI install. No, the boot media works. Like I'll be able to plug in the flash drive that's got Linux. You know what? That should have worked. I didn't need to do this. Now they mention that. Yeah, this just booted EFI. I'm an idiot. All right. Well, whatever. Power cycle. Control Delete. Man, I hope you guys voted no. I'm going to put the SD card in right now. It's warm in there. This thing isn't doing squat. Why is it so hot? Why are there ball bearings on the thing, the lid as well? That doesn't make any sense. All right, I'm going to unplug the... Well, I'm going to wait until I see something on the screen. Then I'll unplug the BIOS flash drive. Server equal always hot. Yeah. Yep, you're a big server. You don't break stuff so you didn't vote. Sage, I approve of your optimism. I don't share it, but I approve of it. Oh, phone call. Yep, that's what it is. It is a space heater. That phone doesn't sit very flush. What's going on there? Oh, I think the table's crooked. Were you going to get some on the screen? Did this work? Okay, good. I didn't nuke the computer. I was getting a little concerned there. Need to get another Princess phone. That one's crooked. That one's also cracked. It is. The yeah boy thing is still there for some reason. What? No, I am not a phone collector. I'm not getting another phone. Unless it's cool. Or cheap. Ben Mad Dog, it has X7560 Xeons in it. Tyler Hoot, this is an HP DL580 G7. Okay, so I did F11 here. I'm gonna see booting USB drive key. I guess 3. See if that boots the SD card. Error. Okay, so that's a fail. Huh. Oh, yeah, I gotta do the prediction. Manage prediction. Choose outcome. Nope. Complete prediction. Yep, it did not boot. Alright. All joke calls are banned on Fridays. Well, Digital Ice Age, the point of the phone for streams like this is that they're not joke calls. Joke calls will be when I'm doing, like, archiving streams. It would have made sense to do that today, actually, but I got too many things that I, like, actually need to get done. So that didn't end up working out. I'm going to plug in the actual Ubuntu install drive now, and then we're going to boot that. That'll work. Dell with HPE, let me think. Are you trying to boot? What are you trying to boot? Ubuntu, Tyler Hoot. I just want to install Ubuntu on here. This is current LTS Ubuntu. Oh, I'm glad, Wesley. Let's do a stream with the phone calls or all Sims crank calls. That's kind of what I want on the archiving streams. Need to get an iOD. Yeah, Manjango Tech. That was the plan, but they're gone. At least the interesting ones are. Spy Robot, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for the 5th month. Yeah, it may not actually be installed on Flash Media by the end of this. We might install it to a hard drive. I tried to install it to one of the drives earlier today, and it didn't work. I was trying to do that right before stream started. But the thing is that this drive controller setup stuff's kind of weird. It can't just JBOD. So what I did is I set up each individual drive as a RAID 0, and then exposed those to the operating system, but then it couldn't, like, write grub to the drive for some reason. I don't know why. So I don't know. I tried to do BTRFS. This time I'm just going to do ext4. Just whatever. Plain normal Linux nonsense I can get. So we'll see. What server is it? This is HP. Yeah, someone got it there. So finally a server at the office. Yeah, it happened. Finally a server at the office. You guys you haven't even, like, half of you were here. I haven't even seen the real reason that we're doing this. These are goodies that go with the real reason. The real reason's down here. Can I get to this easily? I shouldn't rotate it, and I don't think it'll fit that way. And I can't slide it that way. Yeah, the real reason is a tape library that's underneath of there, a Quantum Scalar 500. Remember to tip your stir-free. Yeah, you know what? We can do it this way while it's doing whatever. Boop. then you pull out one of these, and tapes go in there. That's what the fun stuff is. So, yeah, that's the real reason that we're doing a server at the office, is because now I'll be able to have that, like, do things. A few single tape drives, not a library? Yeah, it's going to be pretty sweet. The idea is that I will be able to have all of the videos archived here. All right, so for the record, this should be EFI, now that I think about it. So, EFI is working, and this always worked. So, yep. So that thing is scuzzy down there. The LTO 3 and 4 drives that I have for this are scuzzy as well, but I have one fiber channel LTO 5 drive, so I might put the 5 and the 4 in there, then I have to have the fiber channel and a scuzzy card in this. I haven't decided yet. I have a half height 5 1/4 inch LTO 4 drive that I bought a long time ago now, that I could actually set up in my desktop at home, and I could use that to write to tape. And then I could just bring the tapes here once they're full and put them in the library. But that would eliminate the reason for this server to exist. Other than access, which would mean it would be off 99% of the time. So I haven't really decided yet how the workflow is going to work. So my whole like organization stuff's kind of up in the air, because I got to figure out what'll make the most sense to do now that this is an option with the tape drives. So... This did not boot in EFI mode? Are you sure? How do we check once we're actually started? Managed to find an 8-bit ISA SCSI card, which has a singular 5 1/4 inch. Oh, yeah, 5 1/4 inch disk drive. See, if you want to boot from HD, you have to go to the P14 config, said which drive is bootable. Ah, interesting. DNSCPP. I don't know what that is, Spy Robot. How do I know what the boot mode of Ubuntu installer says boot in EFI mode? I don't know. Since this is a 64-bit version of Kubuntu, I don't think it can boot in EFI mode. Or legacy mode. Sys EF5 Rs? Alright, we can look at that. Oh, there's multiple locations it could be. Well, it's not that they can't. It's that I thought that they stopped bothering to support that. What is this screen? This is a ViewSonic VG181. This is first generation DVI. I really shouldn't be using it for this, but this is what was easy to use. So I actually need to do a video about this monitor as well. I have a first generation DVI card to go with the first generation DVI monitor. Also, this is IPS. It's bananas. Alright, console. We're going to do an LS system EFI something firmware EFI. Well, it's not looking good. ACPI. Alright, well, it's not looking like... Maybe it isn't in EFI mode. This is dumb. Stupid non-EFI server. No EFI. Well, it's not looking like it. Huh. Well, then it shouldn't have installed it in EFI mode. It should have just installed it in regular mode. So still, why did it not work? Whatever. Alright. Let's try installing it to the hard drive. Yeah, I don't need EFI. I genuinely don't care. I just thought that was the problem. I super duper don't care. All right, let's do some stuff. I will let it install things from the internet because that sounds like it probably needs to. You know what I should do? I should pull out that SD card right now, but oh well. 15K RPM boot drive? Probably. Well, actually, I think it's only 10K. 10.1 or 10.2, whatever that is. I don't know. Well, it's funny you say that, Tyler Who, because I've never had problems on that with my Super Micro board. It just, EFI, and it's from 2012, I think, too. Ooh, I wonder if it even is EFI now that I think about it. I have no idea. I apparently don't pay attention. So, I don't know. This takes forever. Used to take forever because I would always check the SD card to see if it's got stuff on it, and I know it does, so... Yeah. Make sure you pick MBR for the disk type. Oh, yeah, that's probably what it was, wasn't it? That's right. I did GPT when it's not EFI. So that was my fault, and it was kind of EFI related. All right, well, I think we may have found it. HP is janky, but RAID 1 for boot drives. I could do that, Tyler. I do have two of the same ones. We boot Windows in UEFI mode. It doesn't know about the motherboard floppy controller anymore. Oh, that's weird. This is the only real advantage of EFI that supports GPT. So, messed up fart. I kind of like EFI because the way EFI ends up working is that you can choose, if you get the system set up right, you can choose just a file to boot for EFI. You can pick an EFI file, and you don't have to have like some magical boot sector on a hard drive. You can just have like, this is where the EFI stuff is, pick one of these, boot it, rather than having like weird partition stuff and nonsense like that. So it's actually simpler to get going and manage and do more complicated stuff with, but getting it working in some instances can be a pain. But I like EFI overall. So then you don't lose your setups. The drive fails. Oh yeah, no, I could definitely do that. Actually boot GPT grub in legacy mode was finicky. EFI shell is useful. Yeah, EFI is command line tool if you don't boot anything. Yeah. Oh, RK-N45. Yeah, definitely. No, I have a touchscreen tablet, kind of like the one I'm using for the chat over here. And that has 32-bit EFI, which is like some weird orphaned, like stupid EFI. So to get that thing booting, I have to manually copy over a 32-bit grub boot EFI file and then boot that, and then it boots a full 64-bit install. It's the dumbest thing. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change this. All right, actually, hold on. We're gonna take this new partition table, continue. They didn't ask me what kind it was. We're going to do ext4. We're going to install the bootloader on dev SDA. So this is on the first hard drive in the system, which is 600 gigs. So we're going to do this. All right, install. So what does it say? No root file system. Okay, fair enough. Let's change. Yeah, there. Did you get it? There we go. Okay, install. What is it saying it's doing? Let me see what it says it's doing. Partition tables following devices are changed, but it doesn't say what it's changing it to. Should I, like, I think I should F-disk this, shouldn't I? Let's see, EFI command line, I guess. It runs very specific Atmo, 32 gig, eMMC. Portizo, you pretty much nailed it. That's pretty much it. I'm wondering if maybe I should format the hard drive with, well, you know what? I'm just going to have to rescan everything here anyway. Let's just do this. Yeah, it should theoretically only do MDR, but I bet it's still going to fail on trying to install grub. All right. Let's get through this. My name shall be... My username, password for right now, because I don't think it's going to work. Password. I can always pass WD it later. Is that right? Yeah, that's right, okay. S-DL580-K12. Log in automatically. Alrighty, let's see what happens. See. No one front panel, Gumtree UK seller's usual, £1,500 asking price. Yeah, I have no idea what happened with the hard drives either. I did not buy them because, yeah, I didn't need more of that headache in my life. Well, if it's copying files already, then it's... I wasn't paying attention. I wonder if it already installed Grub. That'd be nice. Someone mentioned that I will have to go into the controller and set it to be bootable. That is true. I do have to do that. I did not mark the drive as bootable before, so I'm going to have to do that. And then it might be beneficial to change the boot order and also yoink that SD card. I'll probably do that right now, actually, because it doesn't show up as a hard drive. This is the funny thing. I don't know if you'll actually be able to tell this. When I open up this, the SD card isn't showing up at all. Okay. Oh, because the installer is hidden all the drives. It just shows up literally as like an MMC device. It doesn't even like pretend it's like an actual hard drive or anything. It just shows up as an SD card. So it's like, I don't know. It's weird. I wonder if maybe it does that so that some operating systems can see it would be MMC and then not like write to it a whole bunch. I don't know. Hard drives are bought by Forgotten Machines, same as Nova 3, Silent 700 Terminal. Ah, cool. Well, that's good. At least it went to someone who can actually do something with them then. And that they won't just disappear. Because they'll actually... Yeah, that's nice. Hopefully it's not too difficult for them to travel with them. I don't know where they're located. That's exactly why, depending on the disk type, VMware, for example, will store the performance stats on it or not. Ah, that's cool. Well, then, smart, I guess. Portizo, if you're really curious, it's just in the other room. I could just go grab it. We could find out what it is. I don't think it matters. It's just garbage computer. I mean, literally, it's a computer that was e-waste the instant it was made. It's honestly terrible trash that it should have never been produced. I thought I was going to be able to use it in the same way that I'm using this now, but it just was not maintainable. That eMMC was just horrible. So, yeah. Yeah, Portizo, that makes sense. They basically just followed like a application guideline for stuff. Yeah. Very annoying. Oh, my Windows XP computer's on. This time I'm mentioning that, and I'm going to actually turn it off, because I will forget. And I don't really want that monitor to just sit there burning its life away. You know, it'd be funny if this just works. Like, before I started the stream, I tried to do this, and then it was like, no. Then this time it's just like, okay. Configuring apt. That sounds like it's probably worked. Woo. Ugh. I recommend not getting sick. Much better. We got anything interesting to play with over here while we're waiting? There's an XPS laptop. That's a really, really cool thing. But that's like a whole other day. Oh, there's some SCSI cables in there. Well, those might be really useful in a little bit. Didn't realize those were in there. It's funny how cheap, yeah, Flare Spire getting sick does suck. It's funny how cheap like 1 terabyte SSDs seem, like $100 for 1 terabyte SSD, just plain old SATA SSD, dirt cheap. That's really a good price. But then if I want to get 8 for this, then it's really expensive. So I don't know what the long-term storage solution is for this is going to be, because a bunch of little tiny 146 gig drives probably isn't going to be it. But for now, that'll work. I don't know what I'm going to do with them long term. Oh, I do know what the difference is. I didn't use BTRFS this time. I wonder if there's something weird about BTRFS here. That's probably it. Does that need EFI? Or was much more compatible with it? Because maybe that's it? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. We're going to go 3 times already. Nearly missed last A-level exam because of it. Yay! This was my first time. So, I'd been trying very hard not to get it. It was inevitable this time, unfortunately. But, eh. I wonder if it's going to be an old XPS or a new XPS. Really? Have you not seen my channel? I guess it's spinning 1.2. Let's see. 1.2 terabyte. How expensive are those, Tyler? I haven't actually looked at smart data on these drives. I don't know if it'll report through the stupid controller, so probably wouldn't matter anyway. But the only reason I would go with SSDs is just to reset the clock on all the drives in this system, because they are of histories that I don't know, and I don't like putting data on drives I don't know the history of. But on the other hand, this thing is not really meant to have data on it. It's meant to be an interface to the storage box down below. So, yeah. Oh, kidding courses on XPS, exactly, Grisgore. Remember, G7s complain if they have non-HP drives. Some of these are Seagate drives. I don't think they have like special HP blessing. So like that's a white sticker that you can't see anything of. Yeah, you can't tell squat, but it's not an HP drive. Some of them are like those. I do have more than will fit in the machine, so that's why I'm holding one up. So I'm still using ext4. Maybe next install will be BTRFS. Don't know if I need much of what it offers though. Paul Guy, the #1 feature the BTRFS has is not a feature the BTRFS has. It is the fact that there is a Windows driver for BTRFS that actually works. So you can finally access a Linux file system from within Windows. That is the killing feature, the main selling point of BTRFS to me. So that's why. Oh, there we go. Grub failed. Why? Why? Executing grub installed dev SDA failed. This is a fatal error. So, why? Maybe the boot sector is protected. Do I have to mark it bootable and then do the install? Could that be it? Oh, that would be so stupid. A54-4JH, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Never had issues with BTRFS as long... Yeah, no, I've not had any issues with it. Alright, you guys want to see smart stuff. No, first off, I'm just going to run disks, see if it'll find anything. KDE Partition Manager. Scanning thingamajigs, logical volume. Doesn't have smart status through that, but that is very inconsistent. Smart CTL, alright. Sudo smart CTL. I'm gonna make this bigger for you. Dev SDA -H. What? Requires option, that stuff. Well, if it knows it needs it, why doesn't it just do it? Actually, I want -A, don't I? -A. Please specify device type with what? Orion Smart Control D. Eh. Alright, I'm gonna have to actually type this in. Alright, 4IN00.07. Right, it is 8. Yeah, it's 8. Do smart CTL dash D mega raid comma thing dash A. I'm not gonna do the grep. Wait, hold on. You have an extra. Do you have an extra? I do have an extra. I'm gonna take that in there. Okay. Smart control requires a device name. All right. Dev SDA. Valid arguments. Unknown device type. MGA. Hold on. Mega. Whoa, that's stuff. I didn't report anything. Permission denied. Okay. Do sudo. Cannot open. Dev mega raid something or another. One moment. Ugh. Try CCISS. Alright. That's what it said it wanted. CCISS. Oh, look, there's stuff. Things. Lots of things. There's no way it's only got 3,600 hours. Hold on, let me zoom this out. Alright. What do I got going on here? We got, Seagate 300, and we got, okay, we got a bunch of them here. I know I didn't do the grep because I wanted all the stuff printed. Alright, so on the first one. It's from 2009. Accumulated power on hours, 3,400. That's nothing. Really? Only 3,400 power on hours? Second one is 3,600. That's a little weird. Because they were in a RAID 0. Eardrum's gone. I'm sorry, did the nose blowing or coughing cause a problem? Here's a trick for the newer BIOS. BIOS Smart Control, something or another. John Boy, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 4 months. Let's see. You missed what? Oh, I don't have it installed yet. Dogface. Don't worry. I was just checking the smart control on the drives. I don't have... No, we have not got to anything yet. Actually, maybe you can answer this question. How do I install Ubuntu on here? Because I can't get it to work. I tried installing it to an SD card, and then it gives me some issue about HD0 being out of bounds. I try to install it to one of the 600 gig drives, and then when it gets to installing Grub, it says it can't install Grub. I'll let you guys know, Dogface is the one who gave me this. So, did you select primary boot device? I have not. Do I have to set it as the primary boot device for it to be able to do the Grub install? Is that the problem? Because if that's what the problem is, then I will now be able to go fix this. Alright, well, we'll try that then. And maybe that'll actually fix it. It's something with the BIOS I ran into with Windows once. Oh, on that, I don't know. Oh, I've not seen Hibernate in a long time. Hopefully this wasn't like something that you had done intentionally, but I updated the BIOS. So hopefully there wasn't on an older version for a reason. I stupidly thought that for some reason it didn't have EFI because I had an old version of the BIOS, but it just doesn't have EFI because it's old. So I updated the BIOS. I'll unplug that. So yeah. Sergeant Silver, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for the 3 months. Ooh, that's nice when it's quiet. And I'm just gonna fix it. And just in case you're trying to send me Discord messages, I can't see them right now. Unless, oh, I guess I can bring out my phone. That's a thing. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, man. All right. See, are you still recovering? Yeah, I am, Sergeant Silver. I had COVID, turns out. Commander Keen, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh, we started a hype train, I guess, again. All right. I just noticed that. All right, so I'm going to try and get into the controller now. So, but it takes a little while for it to get there. And then I got to really be paying attention here. Oh, yeah, Dogface. Did you add the custom boot message, I'm guessing? Yeah, I had a feeling. Thank you, Sergeant Silver. I appreciate that. I'm mostly past it. I have lingering cough and runny nose, and then for some reason, I'm losing a lot of water through breathing and talking right now. So this is like the 3rd or 4th one of these I've drank today. Not on stream, I'm including before stream. Forgot what it was, remember to do something ridiculous. Yeah, that's what it is. You'll see it here in a moment. I want to say it's F8 to get into the drive stuff, so I will be doing that. Oh, it's got to flex its muscles over there. All right, got to pay attention. There it is. All right, I'm watching this, so I can press, I believe, F8. Also, for the record, Advanced Memory Protection Mode, Advanced ECC support. I assume that's not Hemisphere mode. I think it's all just working. Okay, SATA ROM, F9 is not. The controller, ILO Advanced, press F8. That's not what I want. Smart controller. Okay, I'm waiting. I'm going to press whatever key this wants. Da-da-da-da-da. All right. Waiting. Okay, press F8. F8. All right, here we go. Okay, so, We're in here. I'm going to RAID 1 the two 600 gig drives. Let's just do this. I don't normally like using hardware RAID, but I feel like this probably isn't a bad idea. RAID 0. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. Dogface, I don't know if I've covered this. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is this is now going to live at the office, and I've got these Quantum under it, and I'm going to use this as like offsite backup for data stuff. So having it be like the smart, it'll actually work and have redundancy is the way to go. So, yeah. So to cache settings, override the battery. Oh, that's good. Yeah, Savic, that's also kind of what I'm thinking. You found the replacement RAID battery. Ooh, cool. That'll work. What am I doing? Create logical drive. We're going to add those. RAID 1 plus 0. Oh, I gotta pick that. Hold on. Use one drive as spare? No. Okay, so hold on here. RAID 1 plus 0. Parity group count. Is that... How do I make it not RAID 0? It's not one as spare. And go to cache settings, override battery. All right, I got to figure out how to do that. RAID plus is just RAID 10. Just for RAID 1? Ah, okay. I don't think I caught these here. Hold on. A5, thank you for the 100 bits. Taters Game, thank you for the 100 bits. Clam Security, thank you for the 100 bits. And John Boy, thank you for the 100 bits. Commander Kane, thank you for the 300 bits. Raid train is stuck. Yeah. Oh, you know what I can do while we're here? Boom. Yay. All right, we're going to use 1.0 create 1 plus 0 fault tolerance F8 saving configuration. All right. Raid train. Thank you, Dogface, for the 100 bits. Configuration saved. All right, so you're saying cache settings. Okay. Disable write cache battery override. Do I want to disable the override or do I want to leave the override? This write cache function only when the battery is disable the write cache battery override. It's already leave it. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. All right, then I think. Oh yeah, hold on. Select boot volume. Direct attach storage? What? I guess that. Okay. F8. Actually, hold on. View logical drive. Logical drive 1. 600 gigs. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so we just set select boot drive. What's shared storage? I don't know. Okay, so we set it to 1. Perfect. I'm just going to redo it. It doesn't matter. All right, that should be functional now. Select as boot controller will be replaced by, yeah, we're gonna do that. Boot order has changed, server must be rebooted. Yep, okay. Yeah, that should be right, okay. Okay, I think we're good. Escape to exit. I'm gonna plug the flash drive in, boop, and then we're gonna Control-Alt-Delete. Check license. I did check license before. There's some big key thing in there. I don't know if I should show that on stream. I have a feeling not. Anything more complicated than RAID 1? The only reason I'm doing RAID 1 is because I'm going to boot off of those. So, yeah, if I wasn't doing that, if I could get the SD card boot to work, quiet you, then I would BTRFS RAID 1 those. So, yeah. I am going to do a more complicated RAID with the other remaining drives. So, thank you for the gifted sub, Dogface. You want to do software raid things these days? Yeah, that's how I prefer to do it. But I can't boot off of a software raid. So, yeah. Also, I just haven't been able to boot off of a single drive. I'm hoping the changes I made there will make it bootable. So, that is what I'm going for. Sound like my PS4? I don't think I've experienced that with a PS4. I don't have one, but I've used someone else's a bit. My PS5 doesn't sound like that. That I do have. I bought a PS5 and it mostly just ends up getting used as a PS4 Pro. I have Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, which is fantastic. It is almost a game worth buying the system for. If you're already a Ratchet & Clank fan, it probably is. It is very, very good. It made me buy every other Ratchet & Clank game. It was so good. But I have that, and then Gran Turismo 7, which is not a game that is worth buying the system for. Unfortunately, that was the game I bought the system for. Gran Turismo 7 is a really big letdown. So your Hardware Raid 1 isn't bad? Yeah. It's just mirroring? Yeah. It's... Hardware Raid 1 is not a problem. You're right. But I agree with you. I do not like fancy raids in Hardware Raid. No, Sergeant Silver, Gran Turismo 5 is the best one. Period. It's fantastic. Wait, disk drive firmware update recommended. Wait, update the hard drive's firmware? I have never seen that before. That's crazy. Hold on, let's see if I can F11 in here. Yep, alright. USB drive key 3. PS5s do exist. What? Oh, that was the wrong flash drive. Whoops. Alright. Cancel. You want to reprogram another ROM? No, I just want to exit. Please remove. Okay. Deal. There we go. Let's just make that one go away now. See, if you liked Ratchet & Clank, you should also check out the other game Insomniac made, style Sunset Overdrive. I have not played Sunset Overdrive. It looks like a completely different kind of game to me. It looks more like a Jet Set Radio type thing. Please restart. The only reason I like Ratchet & Clank is because it's really close to an old school, like, exploration game. And Rift Apart is, I would say, less linear than some of the PS2 games. So it was really good. Why is this not restarting? Let's just all power button. Why not? Just do another firmware update? No. I put in the wrong flash drive. That was what happened. And there we go. Now we get to wait another 3 minutes of our lives for this to turn on. And then see what happens. Literally said power cycle. Well, but when I updated the firmware for real, I was able to just Control Alt Delete. I didn't have to push the button. At least I think. I don't know. Let's see, I don't know. Jack and Daxter is amazing, Flare Spire. Fantastic. Although, my opinion is that Ratchet & Clank ruined Jack and Daxter. So, yeah, that part's annoying. Because I like Jack and Daxter 1, can't stand Jack and Daxter 2 or 3. So, I can't tell from here at the moment, but I think Fire FL4 Me052, I think hello, since it's your first time chatting. I'm not 100% sure. So, yeah. So that new Ratchet & Clank is making me want a PS5. Getting one seems difficult. Yeah. No, it's really good, though. It's very good. Let's see. It plays a lot like an open world Ratchet and Clank game. Mr. View? I'm not sure which game you're talking about. One of the oh my gosh, brain. Jack and Daxter's, or was that the Sunset Overdrive? Had a bunch of SSHDs die because of a bug, HP bug in the firmware. Wow. Man. Sunset Overdrive. Okay. Never played Ratchet and Clank Beyond PS2 demo disc, so the Jack trilogy was it for me. I never played them until I got the PS5. Yeah, PS5 Ratchet and Clank was my first. So, I can say, the thing is, the PS5 Ratchet and Clank was so good, I played through it, loved it, immediately played through the challenge mode, which is just play the game again, new game plus, with all your weapons and stuff. Then I got the PS4 version, because I was like, okay, if I like this one, let's see if I like a different one. So I got the PS4 version, which is just a remake of the first one, and I really liked that too. It was not as good. It was interesting to play because I could see how there were some like proto Rift Apart things in the PS4 one, but it was not as well polished. I would say Rift Apart is perfect 10 out of 10 polished. The 2016 remake has a lot of rough edges, but it was still really good. So I decided I would just buy all the games and play through them one after another. So I started with the first game on the PS2, and then immediately it was like, oh, the controls are horrible. It is really bad on there. And then I looked up the controls in the manual since I had all of the actual games, and they're like that all the way through until the first PS3 game. So that's fun. So I got through playing the first game, which is way longer than I thought it was going to be. And then I did the challenge mode on that. And then I got to the second game. I think I beat it. And then I got to the challenge mode, and then I just ran out of steam. Because I was going to try and 100% every game. But the thing is that 1 and 2 are from the dark days when they were designing games to sell strategy guides. And there are some things that are just so obtuse in them that I kind of got tired of doing walkthroughs. So I decided I got to figure out what my, what is actual 100%. Because all the skill points where you got to, jump on this one log 30 times, that's really dumb. You're never going to figure that out on your own. So I was going to not do those. But I was deciding, what is not worth doing. And then Gran Turismo 7 came out and completely derailed my whole playthrough of everything. So, yeah. What game's he talking about? The Ratchet and Clank series. So, yeah. That was what I was talking about. Got a PS3 several years ago, intention of playing some stuff. Ended up constantly being used as big YouTube box. Alright, I always recommend doing the try in KE-Bun 2 so you have the actual GUI running. So, yeah. When you get the drive to the partitioning thing, check and see if the drives are presenting as SD or... Oh, okay. Menu... Ooh, that's good to know, M3GA Linux. I also agree with you, Jack 3 being kind of Jack 2 is my introduction to the series. Ah, okay. I feel like it's just... of what it may not be overbearing. Jack 1 was fun jaunt. Yeah. See, the thing is that I went from Spyro and Crash Bandicoot to Jack and Daxter. Was like, this is great. I never played Grand Theft Auto at that point. So I played Jack 2, and I'm like, what is this? This sucks. And I didn't want guns in the game. That felt dumb. And that was the thing. Insomniac and Naughty Dog shared development on the Jack 2 and Ratchet and Clank engines. They are the same engine. And that meant that it was just a Boolean flag, basically, for them to add guns to Jack 2 and bandwagon onto the GTA stuff. So I didn't like that at all. Not even a little bit. Because to me, it wasn't really a combat game. It was a platforming game. And then that made it a combat game. So, yeah. See, I have 100% Halo 1 through 4. Ooh, nice. Yeah. See, I like doing that. I like doing 100% challenges. Like the Spyro remasters, I 100%ed those, including the skill points, because I made it less brutal in that to try and do. So I need to try the Sly Cooper things, Old Adventure Gamer. I've heard really good things about them. It seems like they might be up my alley, but I've not pulled the trigger yet on trying those. All right, so you guys want to see if there's like a weird HP interface for these. All right, so ls, dev, cc. There is nothing that is cciss. So I think I'm good. Yeah, nothing there. So I'm going to try installing to that. Actually, you know what? Let's open disks here. Disks, partition manager. See what the first one shows up as. It's just going to be dev A, I bet. Yes, dev A, 600 gigs. Okay. Modern generic CD-ROM driver. Okay, cool. This was also old Linux match old servers. Hopefully that's gone out. Yeah, hopefully. Something like that. Hopefully it works now that it's marked as the bootable drive. That's what I'm hoping. Just don't try doing 100% FFX-2. I'm guessing that's Final Fantasy. I've never played a Final Fantasy game. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm not a huge RPG person. I played Fable, and I'm trying to remember if there's anything else that would actually be considered an RPG. And even Fable's like diet RPG, so I'm not a big RPG person. I think that's what... Oh, turn-based combat. I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy is turn-based combat. No, I do not do that at all. The only turn-based combat games I will play are the Mario and Luigi ones. Oh, I missed Luguntu there. Is there a CD driver that's better than the Oak one with Windows 98 boot floppy? I don't think so. That CD driver should be pretty good. I don't have a lot of Windows 3.11 experience because there's not a tremendous amount of software to run on 3.11, so I haven't really bothered with it. Really, you don't need to run 3.11 unless you have hardware that you specifically want to support with it, and that's going to be like weird capture cards or maybe music creation hardware, I don't know. But generally, I just go from DOS to 95 or 98, so I don't have a ton of experience with that. How's going streaming now with new routers? Yeah, has anyone seen any dropped frames? I would have to get up and go over there to check, and I think I can do that. Gadget Blues, that seems like a fair reason to me. Okay, we're going to use entire disk on the 600 gig one. I don't think I have a problem with that. So, I'm going to go look at... see if we dropped any frames. If anyone has any reason not to just use entire disk with the default settings there, speak now or forever hold your peace. We have dropped 2,900 frames total. So we have had some. I don't know when that happened. But I haven't seen anyone complain about it. So it might have just been a couple ones here and there. I will say, Dogface, I connected another switch to the UDM directly, and it took down the whole network. I don't know what was happening. It's just a generic off-the-shelf 5-port unmanaged switch, but I plugged that in, and then everything went down. So I unplugged that and then plugged in direct. That was going to the streaming computer. It turned out I hadn't connected that to the network yet. I don't know why that happened, but that took me like 20 minutes to troubleshoot. That having that one switch plugged in did it. So I don't know what's going on there, but we'll have to figure that out. So, okay. Let's see. Had some frames missing an hour ago. All right. See, on Vogon's post, something called Vide CDDD. I don't think you need that. The Oak one seems really good. I have not had problems with the Oak one unless I'm using like a weird CD drive. See, all right, no one said any reason not to use disks or guided use entire disk. We're going to do that. Wait, why is it 1 byte? Hold on. Go back. Well, you know, 600 gig. Before, nothing. After, it says 1.0B. Okay, we're doing this manual. See, there's a DOS utility to set up drivers for me. I'm lazy. It's really not too difficult. You need to add a configsys line that loads the CD driver, and then you'll see people have like it'll be some, and then okay, so you need to load Oak, and then you give it a name, and then on the other end in autoexec.bat, you need to run an mscddex entry, I believe, that basically connects the port, the software driver, to an actual drive. And you'll see that they'll provide mscddex as a parameter. You can actually name that something else. That doesn't have to be that. That's just the name for that driver that's been loaded. So, but it's not too difficult, really. You might also be able to look in the 98 startup disk and just see how they did it and copy and paste it. Check Diego the links. What? What's going on here? I mixed your PCI Ethernet PCI cards into one video. Oh no. There were a couple of them in there. Okay. What am I doing? Oh yeah, this. We're gonna make a partition table. Continue. Alright, we're gonna add ext4, because I don't want to mess around with weird stuff now. I just want this to work. ext4 beginning, it's 600 gigs, boom. Alright. Bootloader is going on that drive. That should be it. That should work. So let's go ahead and install now. No EFI system partition was found. What? What? But why is it trying to install EFI? Did it just partition the drive as GPT instead of the DOS partition? You know what? No, we're not. We're cancel. I want to quit the install. All right. Hold on. fdisk dev SDA print. Hold on. Oh, sudo. Sorry. All right. Print. Nothing. New partition type. DOS. All right. New partition. Blah, 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 blah. Do I want to remove? Yes, I do want to remove it. Okay. Print. What? SDA1 is do disk type DOS. Okay. Now, T. We're going to set this to whatever it is for, is it like B for the Linux one? No, that's FAT32. Linux is, I don't think it's 83. Is it 83? Looks like it's 83. Yeah. 83. Boom. All right. We're going to write that. Okay. Now, we're going to mkfs dot ext4. We're going to dev sda1. Ubuntu, I think, I don't know the actual file path, but it should be on there. What happens if you just try and do the guided entire disk? It will probably do GPT as well. We've done the install twice now using kind of default settings, and every time when it tries to install Grub, it fails. So what I'm thinking is it's been trying to do EFI this whole time now, and it's just dying on it. So I'm going to try and railroad it into DOS for the drive type. Yeah, we'll do okay. Yeah, that is my thought process here, Dogface. All right. I think we've got the drive done there. So let's rerun the installer, and now I'll have to recheck the drive. And we're going to have it not format. Or yeah, we're going to have it not format the partition. We're just going to install to it. Since it's just empty ext4, that should work. Oh, good, Ubuntu. Okay. If it wants to resize it, seriously, no. cd1.sys. Interesting. I thought it would have just been oak.sys or something. All right, we're going to change this to ext4. Not format, mount as root. That's it. Thinking... yeah, I was thinking of doing this from home at ILO. Oh. Yeah, that was my original intent, was to do all this over the internet through ILO last night. No EFI partition was found. Seriously. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to continue. It's going to fail. Has not been marked for formatting. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to do this, and then we're just going to run boot repair after this. It's not working. We're going to run boot repair. We'll run boot repair before we even restart. Just so that it can fix whatever nonsense is going on here. Helen Croft, that's basically what it will do. Alright. Shelby. Password. S-DL580 -K Ubuntu. Log in automatically and go. Okay. Let's see what that does now. What are you doing with the drive? Oh, that's the CD drive, yeah. According to Ask Ubuntu, the installer has been booted in EFI mode. I have no idea how. Again, I thought that there wasn't a non-EFI installer on the current versions of this, but I don't really know. Bug report the stupid EFI thing? Yeah, really. Yeah, I don't know what is going on here. This is a very weird... I've never had this combination of problems with EFI and drives. Maybe in the actual era when, like, on my Core 2 Duo HP Pavilion laptop. But, yeah, not... Oh, I guess. Computer's still not working. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Yeah. Yeah, I tried looking all throughout the BIOS, Dogface for EFI, although I didn't actually look after I updated the BIOS. That probably would have been smart, huh? Yeah, I saw people say they can just remove the EFI folder from the USB and it'll automatically boot in legacy mode. Interesting. Well, we can try that. We're gonna try. I was gonna try and get the tape drive working, but now I'm just gonna be happy when the operating system boots. Yeah, that's what I would think, Helen Croft. I have no idea what's going on here. This is so weird. I did show the tape drive just a little bit, just enough to give people an idea of what I'm trying to do. Marathon stream? No. Honestly, I can kind of tell my throat is going to be destroyed after this weekend of streaming. So, yeah. I already have some damage I can feel. So add 8 more hours here. Yay. You're going to want tech support for that thing? Probably. For the Quantum? Yeah, almost certainly. Well, there were some people saying that you could legacy boot and then switch over to EFI. I wonder if maybe it's got some nonsense like that in there for the standard Ubuntu thing. Yeah, it doesn't have EFI in sys firmware. So, like I said, we're going to try and fix this after the fact. I don't know what it's going to do when it gets to the grub install. It may break entirely. I don't know. I had some issues with my computer setup. My mouse barely works. Doesn't work on Windows 10 machine, but it does on Windows 98. Oh, man. Oh, just all Windows Server. Yeah, right. This is 2204. Host installs are fun to watch. Yeah, let's look at them paint drying. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't really think this was going to be the whole stream, but I'm kind of glad I'm doing this here because you guys have recommended things that I wouldn't necessarily have gone and done, at least not at this point. So, yeah. I really don't have problems with Ubuntu regularly, so break out the racks and start building while you're working on OS. Unfortunately, it's in the room that's over there. So what Ozone was talking about is at the beginning of the stream, if you weren't here, I did a poll about what the stream would be about, and it was between working on the Desktop card, trying to get this server working, or building some storage shelves that I bought. And I'm going to be getting the storage shelves set up tomorrow now on stream. But it's too much stuff managing back and forth with the server and that. And so, yeah. Streamer blame, sweet pure innocent chat, just like always. Yeah. Let's see. So you get a Quadra and install AUX, yeah. Dogface, is that link? I mean, it should just be like the regular install. I mean, I literally installed this exact same floppy, or this flash drive was used to install the version of Ubuntu that I'm currently streaming from. So I've done it. It's not a challenge to do that normally, but the problem is that it's got some weird issue with this hardware, it seems. So. On UEFI and Legacy BIOS. Alright, well, look at the Legacy BIOS part. Create live USB. What machine is this going on? This is going on an HP DL580 G7. Alright, yeah, I don't know about the Legacy thing. Okay, their installer... Oh, this is for plain Ubuntu. Yeah, so I'm using Kubuntu as one distinction here. So it could be KDE's installer being weird. It is big boy server. It very much is. Yeah. The VSOG monitor really threw me off. Yeah, no, I'm only doing this because I have it connected with. It's got a VGA port, so it was easiest to just set it up here and connect it over VGA to my vintage PC KVM stuff. Maybe the Ubuntu server install is less dumb. It probably is, but the problem is I will then just immediately have to turn around and install a GUI. Oh, it's a byte break call. Yeah, that was actually really good that it called. When we do the deck talk, I'm actually going to fix that so that it only redeems on the things that it's supposed to. But that was a byte break redemption. And I'm glad to have it call there. I might have it always call the phone for byte breaks too. But yeah. Yeah, I forgot too, Wesley. Let's see. Let me wait until this fails, and then we'll do it. Alright. It's probably going to be a weird one, because, yeah. So you're able to split the signal so the stream can hear it as well? No. There is absolutely no way for me to do that. It seems like it should be possible, but it just isn't, because it goes directly from the SIP adapter that I showed to the phone. There is no in-between where it's like RCA, regular line audio or anything. So it's not possible. I could try and have the my program play the WAV file, but my program won't know when the phone gets picked up. So it would just play it, and then the phone would ring, or it would be playing it while the phone's ringing or stuff. So there's no real way of doing it. But that's the whole point of the deck talk. That is the secure line to, me directly. The deck talk is going to be regular TTS that everyone will hear. So that's how it's going to be set up. Bug the phone with a mic? That's theoretically possible, but it sounds like a lot of work. The deck talk is the real solution. All right, I was still waiting to see this. It's installing like LibreOffice and stuff. So here's what I'm thinking. All right, it's probably doing like the whole install, copying everything, unpacking it to the drive, and then it tries to install Grub after it's all in there. So what I'm thinking this time is if it complains like, oh no, I can't install Grub, I'm gonna run the boot repair program on this and then just see if that fixes it. That's my plan. Yeah, I don't need LibreOffice in the server, but I need a GUI in case I ever have to do anything with DaVinci Resolve here. So that's why. That's why a GUI. I could manually install Grub. I don't really want to. So I'm just going to run boot repair. It'll do it. That's all. It might even detect other weird things and fix it, or it might try and set up ZFI. I don't know. I've found boot repair to be fantastic. So I kind of don't want to... I kind of want to just let it try and fix whatever's going on here. I highly recommend it, Ozoned. It's kind of like a catch-all utility that tries to assess how the system is configured to boot. It'll go out and it'll find like bootable operating systems. So like if you have a Linux install that gets clobbered by Windows, it can then rebuild the grub for you very easily to dual boot both from grub. It's pretty nice. All right, it says installed Linux generic AMD 64. I'm just trying to state where it's at. It's at 97%. I'm gonna try and watch it now to see if it does like grub here and then dies. Is there a link? Search Ubuntu boot repair. And yes, when you search, it used to come up as like hit number 1 for a while when you search boot repair. But if you just search Ubuntu boot repair, it'll be number 1. The Ubuntu doc page for it is what I usually follow. Wesley's got it. That's the way. That's where it is. Help.ubuntu. Yeah, watch it just work. I'll take it. If it wants to just work this time, I will not complain. This is a different kind of problem, Dogface. I've never seen this be a problem before. I think this really is more of an EFI versus... Oh, it says it worked. All right. You know what? I'm going to try and take it at its word, and we'll just see what happens. Restart now. Had a weird thing with the boot repair getting permission denied ch-rooted system. It just got stuck in a loop. Oh, I've never had that happen. That's weird. Usually, if it doesn't have permission, then it will try and like get you to run commands in a console with root permission. I've never seen that before. Can almost guarantee is that boot device thing. Yeah, I have a feeling it was probably that. The needing to set it as the boot device. That is such a weird problem. Does it like protect the boot sector of the drives? I was realizing I was trying to unplug the flash drive, and I was trying to apply leverage against the case so that I could unplug it a little more easily, and my finger immediately touched the power button. It would have been fine because this is just a live boot, but yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it's a protect deal. Ah, okay. All right, I'm gonna let this do its thing, and I'm gonna go get that issue a bite. 96. Oh, it's gonna be at the bottom of the shelf where there's stuff in front of it. August 96. Alrighty. Oh, that's super not fun to get to. Oh, man. Oh, it smells like wood out here because of those shelves. It's not a bad smell. It's just not like the best wood. It's cheap particle board. So it's not like a really pleasant wood smell. Alrighty. Bite. Overexposed. There we go. Run your business on the web. Thing about PCI Ethernet thumbnails, it's picture me and Shelby. Oh, cool. At least I get to feel guilty making sick Shelby work for silly point redemption. Does it smell brown? Well, no. Thankfully, the smell stuff's over now. That smells very correct. That smells like a magazine. Yeah. Page 106. Oh, I was off by one page. All right. Here we go. We got tape drives with a tape library. Okay, Scalar 458 exabyte something or another. So bunch of tape libraries. That's cool. So you can see the tape library there with all the slots exposed right up front. I've seen some of these before. They're definitely really cool. There's an ad for PK Zip. I need to get a copy of that at some point. But yeah, so the Scalar 458 has 10 slots below the control panel, and then program what internal slots will be sent to. So how many internal slots does it have? It doesn't really say. Let's see. LED status is too small. That's hilarious. And then there's a backup data over the phone. Oh, that's weird. This is for a service where you'll dial in and then they'll let you store data there. What? And they're saying it can take 10 hours to back up 1 gig over the phone. They don't have like a capacity that they have listed. Oh, that's really weird. Yeah, Backblaze, but old. Yeah, kind of. Oh, 106 was... Hold on. Oh, page 102. Oh, my apologies. Oh, that's hilarious. It's all about tape libraries. Look at that awesome cutaway of a tape library. That is super cool. That's a really basic one that doesn't rotate at all. I'm booting! Yeah! Woo! Flash drive. Not plugged in. Excellent. And then they got a bunch of tape drives that they're comparing against here. They are not inexpensive. Like that one that they showed the teardown of is like $11,000. Wow. Ouch. The most expensive one they have is $50,000. Woo! That's interesting. They rate the tapes, the 3 types of tapes are DLT, 4mm and 8mm. I've not heard of the 4 and 8mm. I wonder if those are precursor LTO. At least the 8mm probably. DLT I do have, but way, way different era. Huh. That was interesting. Yeah. Full credit for booting it in the byte break? Yeah, really. Okay, now image is boot drive and save the image somewhere. I think the magic incantation has been found, Flarespire. I don't think I need to do that. Plus, that'll be really hard with being a RAID 1 on a SAS controller. All right, we got it. Oh, that's really nice. It's just done now. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, the performance tells me that's running on the non-NVIDIA GPU. That's what I want. So there is actually a GTX 670 in here, and I did connect the power cables. So that is set up, but I don't want to use that for video output. I want to use the onboard video because I can then do ILO. So yeah, 3 hours to install Linux. Yeah, really. Oh man, that was pretty brutal. We really, really do not have time to get anything else done. So there's like no way I can do anything. So that's a mild issue. Yeah. So, Manjiko Tech now install Sound Blaster? Yeah, really. But I think from here I can actually do some stuff now. I was gonna WireGuard this to like the Raspberry Pi. So here's the thing. Again, I'm on 5G internet in the office, and I don't have an IP address. So I have a CGNAT connection. I barely know what that is. But it means that I basically do not have an IP address and I can't host anything here. So what I've done is I have a Raspberry Pi somewhere in here that WireGuard tunnels to a VPS that I'm running, and then I can route traffic through the VPS to the office through that Pi. I was going to then have the Pi route traffic to this, but now I'm thinking I'm just going to have this have a VPN connection because that sounds like a lot of pain. So I'll just have the Pi on all the time because that'll allow me to eventually, once I figure out how, control ILO on this remotely through the Pi so that I can turn it on. And then I will just have this automatically connect with WireGuard to the VPN or VPS so that it can be used for light hosting or service connection directly if I want to. So that's the plan there. Yeah. Kazuto, thank you for the Prime sub and for the second month. Yeah. PF Sense. I don't know what PF Sense is actually for or what it does. Controller interface is exposed to the drives whenever Lenny said, yeah. Hacker with exfil, the Raspberry sounds like a hacked article. I don't know. Oh, man. Router distro. Melmer, thank you for the Prime sub and for the second month. Yeah, without being able to stream last weekend, a lot of opportunities were missed for that. So, very powerful routing distro. I don't know that I need anything like that. Like, I'm just doing manual routes here. I'm only going to have one host device, so I don't need fancy stuff. I have a very particular setup that I want that is specific to one thing. So, yeah. But I'm so happy I finally got this working. Oh, man. Yeah. See, can you see the tape drive on the system? No. Oh, definitely not. No, so Hellencroft, there isn't even a SCSI controller in this thing right now. So the next steps are figuring out which SCSI controller will work with the tape drive, putting the tape drives in the system. As I showed earlier, they're just in a stack on a table right now. And then trying to figure out how to get that thing set up, and then decide if I want to also add a fiber channel card to this thing to try and get the LTO5 drive working. The main benefit to the LTO5 drive is that it has LTFS, so I don't have to mess with tar nonsense as much. So I might want to do that, but then I won't have the ability to write to LTO3 drives as easily, or LTO3 tapes as easily. So I got to figure out what makes the most sense. So I sent SCSI card that works with it. Yes, yeah, you did. I just have to like get it all set up and figure it out. So yeah. To be fancy, install Quagga. I don't know what that is. Is Quagga a tape management thing? Because I'm listening. Because I don't want to have to... The MTX commands for managing which tapes have what are not going to be very fun to manually do. How does it? On that bottle of water. Quagga turns Linux computers into Cisco routers. Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. I would not mind something that I can install on Ubuntu that can sit between me and the tape drives to like just make it go away. But I haven't decided how I want that kind of data to be backed up yet, because what's going to happen is I'm going to... I've been trying to think about this. It would cost me about $6 per video, I think, to archive the raw footage that I shoot. That is between like 500 gigs and 2 terabytes per video. On average, it would cost me about $6 an LTO tape. if I backed up the raw archives. If I don't do that, then it's nearly free. And the cost amortization for a tape and how many video projects it can hold is really not even worth calculating. So I'm trying to decide still if I want to write all the raw data to tapes, which is going to eat a lot of tapes, or if I want to just have it be the individual, the H.265 encoded backups. Now the distinction between those is how much management of tapes I will have to do. So I have to decide what the whole workflow is going to be, how the tapes are going to be used, all that stuff. So it's like it's a whole thing. So yeah, I've got a DLT1 tape drive working with the LS-PCIe controller on my main desktop. That's cool. I do have one DLT drive. I think I did get it working in a video. That's right. And then the tape was bad, I think we determined. That was what happened, yeah. So, yeah, but the thing is that the workflow for how the tape drive gets used is almost always going to be data comes to the office from my server at home, and then it immediately gets written to tape. And then it can be deleted because it's already backed up at home. So the idea is that I have data accessible on spinning hard drives at home and then long-term cold storage here on tape. That's the plan. So I don't need like a really fancy system where live data, once it's not accessed, is for a while, is written to tape, and then the operating system knows to like go fetch it from the tape if it's accessed or that kind of stuff. I don't really need that. I just need a way of writing no longer needed for live access data to tapes easily. That's it. So I'll be figuring out however that workflow ends up, because I don't really know yet. So yeah, trying to figure out what we should do next. I don't really have many other objectives here now. The only other thing I think I'm going to do at this point is figure out the JLNP RDP management over ILO, but that's kind of like a different thing. That's way more screen capture and doing all that stuff based. So I don't want to do that on stream right now. Plus, I can do that at home now, so I don't need to worry about that. Ooh, wait, Manjeko Tech. We're gonna have to look up at the static route stuff to figure out how that works. Go for snooze by the looks. Yeah, I'm pretty whooped. We're winding this down. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out, because now that I just realized I can set up WireGuard on this thing, but that's not gonna solve my ILO. So I'm still gonna have to figure out how to connect to ILO over the internet. So that's a thing. So yeah. Ooh, man. I really can't think of anything else to do, so I think we might just wrap this up here. Yeah, that is gonna be fun. I don't know how. I'm not even sure I'm gonna bother trying to do that today, because I think I'm just gonna recover for the rest of the day. All right, yeah. Let's try to get. Yeah, I feel like there's more I should be doing now, but I can't really think of anything else. Another thing I'm going to be doing here. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be doing BTRFS nonsense with the drives that are available. So, yeah, I got to figure that out. So, there's going to be 3 146 gig drives, 3 300 gig drives. So, probably... probably do like a roughly 300 gig partition or drive pool. No, roughly 300 gig pool with one parity drive, and then one roughly 600 gig pool with one parity drive. So I have 300 and 600 gigs to work with. It's just not quite enough to be able to fill like an LTL4 tape. So this is going to have, I'm going to have hard drives somewhere that this can access where it can store data that is going to write to tape. That complicates things. RAID 5 considered stable on BTRFS yet? I've been using RAID 5 BTRFS for a long time now in a couple of my drive pools, and I've had 0 issues. So I would consider it fairly stable. So I really want to look into this Pi KVM. Yeah, M3G8. So I've seen that. It does seem really cool. Yeah. Landing zone, then ingest tape. Yep, sounds about right. Yeah, that's a thing. But I got to figure out how I'm going to do that. I think I have a way. If I come over into this room, I think I can grab a thing. Is it in here? I don't see it. Let me go look in the other room. I definitely have it somewhere. Man, there's a lot of heat coming off that server. I probably mention that every time I walk past it, but that's still true. There it is. Oh, you guys are going to go, oh, gross, really? And I'm going to say yes, because I need a box to put hard drives in, and this is a box that holds hard drives. I might use this to hold the drives that I currently put in the Threadripper system that could then be used as the scratch space and local storage for larger sets of files, like the archives of like CD rips and stuff. So I have drives that could go in that. I think that were already in it too. So I might just do that. That might be easier, because this doesn't hold 3.5-inch drives, and I don't have anything here that can realistically hold enough 3.5-inch drives to be worth having it on. So that kind of makes sense. It feels weird to use an off-the-shelf NAS product like that to me, but that might just be the way to go. I don't know. I gotta look into that thing. So, yeah. Complicated, too much go wrong for a backup system. For what I'm describing, where I have no idea what the ingest computer is going to be right now, either. So that might be a thing. But it would ingest to this, and then like this will see data on a folder on here, and it'll know write that to tape. That might be the thing. So we're going to do with the cardboards, drives, and the cards, boards, and drives in the PCIe Ethernet video. I don't really know yet. You'd like to get one. There's nothing special about them. They got organized away into the collection of random parts and stuff. So I have a RAID 1 that I copy my personal files into in case I accidentally delete something. It's not great backup, but I don't intend it to be. A lot of stuff I care about is mirrored in other places anyway. Yeah. This is all data that is actually kind of important, but also that I need frequent access to it. So like what'll go on here in addition to the ingest data to be written to tape will be stuff like Windows 98 ISO for installing, or rips of the many games that I have that I want to get backed up. So the idea will be that I will have local copies of all this stuff before it gets uploaded to archive.org, obviously, and then my server at home will also have copies of it. So I'll have to figure out how I'm going to sync that to my server at home, but I can manage that. That's not a big problem, because I'm only going to write to one at a time, so it doesn't need bidirectional syncing. As long as I like write out a diff and then just copy in what's different, then it won't be an issue. So yeah, I don't think R-syncing over the internet's going to be viable, because if I rip like 5 CDs, it's going to be 3 gigs, and I could easily rip more than 5 CDs, so it could be a lot of gigs to send over the internet. I don't think that's going to be viable. So yeah, so at least the server makes her a nice heater. Yeah. Well, anyway, I think we should wrap this up. We had 3 potential goals. We decided to do the server, and I think we achieved the goal. All I really wanted was to get the operating system installed. There was no way I was going to get like a full tape drive solution worked out. At best, I was just going to see if I could get SCSI identification of the tape drive and then control it. We'll have to do that some other time. It won't even be this weekend. So, yeah, because tomorrow we're doing the shelf building. That's exciting. It just means that this camera is going to be shifted over about 9 feet that direction so you can face the room that's over there. And then we're just going to be building shelves and putting stuff on them. That's the riveting entertainment you're in for tomorrow. Sorry, but it's got to happen at some point. And if I'm going to be here at the office doing work, might as well be on camera. So, you know, you guys will have fun. You get to see what weird stuff I put on the shelves and ask me questions about those things. I will be tempted to make it a fun phone day because we're not really going to be doing anything. But on the other hand, I have to actually be able to move and physically do work. So that could be kind of like a problem. Although if I do the speakerphone, all I would have to do is just reach over and press the button. So maybe we might make it a fun phone day. I haven't decided. Yeah. So never under Mace bandwagon of tapes. Yeah. So long time out on phone? Possibly. We'll see. Cordless phone? I don't know where it is, actually. I have a white 2x4 IKEA Excalibur shelf. That's nice. Those are great for records and PC boxes. These are very industrial garage shelves that are just going to hold like whole computers and bins of stuff. So that's the plan. So, yeah, I think that is it for now. I think I'm on the wrong display or feed here. That thing's probably full screen, but whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. This was the first one back since I got COVID, which was not ideal. But yeah, I think it went pretty well. I'm a little sore in the throat from talking. But I think I've reached a kind of stable point here where it's just going to very slowly go away from here. So kind of had to just come back and get into it. So yeah, it went well enough. We got the operating system installed. Pretty happy with that. But yeah, that is it. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have just switched over to the outro. Let's do that. And outro. All right. Oh, I can't show the printout easily, so I'm going to have to get up and walk over there. Well, all right. Oh, wait. Now it's this camera, isn't it? Yeah, it's got to be, because that's a camera. Hi. We got the server working. That was fun. It was definitely not full of stupid things that should have been way easier. Yeah. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this one, you might want to subscribe, because I've tried to remember to upload some of the VODs on there sometimes. Or you can follow on Twitch and see these live. If you want to help support the channel, you can sub on Twitch while you're there, or buy a t-shirt like the one you can't see that I'm wearing right now. But that is it for the moment, and I will see you next time. Wow.